This is Noise. Listener, can you hear me? Kept you waiting, huh? Looks like there's more content at pixelbenders.com. You'll have to click the link in the description below to access the site. You can send your questions to info@pixel-benders.com. If you would like to leave us a message, our frequency is 209-791-0995. Got it? Okay, you're ready to go. Welcome back, everybody, to Codec Calls, a Metal Gear Saga podcast, where we play the Metal Gear games from 1987 all the way to the present in chronological release date order. I am one of your co-hosts here, Noise1, also known as Luis, and I have my two buddies here. I'm going to keep calling you guys something different every week.
Okay.
Last week it was what? Compadres?
Cohorts. Yeah. Was that?
Cohorts, compadres.
Compadres, yeah. Cohorts, co-host, yeah.
Co-host, yes. So that was German.
Hey.
And also Kriss.
Hello.
Also known as Contra and Dammit Kriss, respectively. So, quick cut. I had a hell of a week, I gotta say. The episode didn't come out till like almost 3 days late.
Yeah.
I have been in constant battle with my PC. It is crashing randomly. Every time I find a fix, somehow it gets a little bit better, but yet somehow another random crash. No blue screen of death. It's just freezes. Sometimes it'll restart. Sometimes it'll just completely freeze, and I have to like force it to shut down. So please forgive me, you guys, for all that I had to endure just to get that stupid episode out for you guys. Because I was like, oh, I need to get this thing out, and it was actually like, what's the word? Like it was deterring me from like feeling good about the editing process, and I was like, I'm just gonna play Minecraft because this is like making me feel depressed. So I need to play something to keep my mind off of it, which delayed it more and more and more. And I was like, I should have just forced myself to edit it. Just kind of scared about it crashing and fucking everything up, and because I had it on the PC and the iPad at the same time, kind of. So, anyways, that was my week. How was your week, German? Play some more Baldur's Gate 3?
Nope. So my friend kind of did to me what I did to Bonnie. So he got me to download, first and foremost, months ago, he got me to download Divinion 2, or what was it called?
Divinity 2?
Divinity 2. And we started a file, and we died because I didn't know what I was doing, so we died. So we started a new file, same night. We got kind of far. And then he started another file like 2 days later with another friend, because I guess that's 4-player game on that one or whatever. And that friend never fucking came back. So then I was like, dude, I want to play this game. And we just never played it again. So then we downloaded Baldur's Gate, and it was one night, and we haven't played it since. And so I texted him. I was like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Made me download this game we're not going to play. And he's like, maybe today. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. And I was like, oh, wait, today's the podcast. Never mind. So we'll try again some other day. I got my Switch back, so I actually been playing some Tears of the Kingdom again. I kind of missed that game, and I've been playing a little bit of Monster Hunter Rise. So,
who had your Switch?
I let my buddy borrow it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's $70 DLC, huh? How's that? I can't justify the purchase. I've given you my reasons, but
I know.
Yeah, I would love to play it, but I don't want to play that map again. I've already played that map twice. I played it on normal and master mode. I did master mode on stream, and that was brutal as hell. Holy shit, that game is hard on master mode. Yeah, I don't
think I did master on the Breath of the Wild.
Oh, you didn't? Mm-mm. It's pretty dope because like basically there's no like low level enemies. So right off the bat, I think it's like gray bokoblins, like right off the bat, like right at the Temple of Time, or the silver ones, whatever they're called. Like there's no like low level red ones at all. Like everything is insanely hard. There's like floating platforms with like those like Octorok balloons, like holding them up, like just floating everywhere. Which that's why when I played Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, isn't this just the same platforms, but now they're solid and now they have like little puzzles to do? But I digress. Kriss, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. I got to do some streams of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as you guys got to witness. Did some more work on the future D&D campaign I'm working on. It was pretty chill, pretty laid back. I can't complain. So
Okay, cool. So I
a stark
think
contrast to your week, I think.
yes, I feel like everybody else had a much better week than I did. I didn't get it before we started. I admitted that I didn't actually get a chance to play this first part of the of this chapter, but so I kind of want to do something different for this episode, only because I've started to realize that we are just kind of commenting on Chris's streams.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should go back and let's pretend that we've never seen his streams. I mean, we'll comment here and there, but go back to the old format, like the way you were saying, German, because that's how we started last episode. But then we immediately started talking about the stream again.
Yeah.
If you guys want to check out the stream, links down below. Twitch.tv/dammitchriss, DAMMITKRISS. Yeah, you can check out the VODs, and if you can endure,
Yeah, good luck.
if you dare, because this last one was holy shit.
Oh, it was bad.
Man.
Even for me, it was bad.
Yeah, that first one was like, okay, he's doing some noob shit, which is whatever. But this one was like, what is he doing? Anyway, so yes, we are now past the tanker part where, according to the last thing we saw, was Snake drowned after Ocelot / Liquid. Liquasted?
Liquacid, I like that.
Liquacid? Liquasalot. Liqualot? We'll get there.
Comment below what you think his name should be.
Let's
By the way,
workshop this.
you just posted the episode, didn't you? I want to know if anyone else thinks Snake shot the fucking knife. I'm still thinking.
We need to give them time. We'll probably get someone. Where's my phone? I don't even know if anyone called that number.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, let me get the phone again so I could actually say that number. Give me 1 second.
For those of you listening right now, it's been more than 1 second.
No, I'll edit it.
Yeah, I'm going to cut that out.
Dang it.
Oh, yeah, by the way, German, because Kriss listens to the episodes, I told him not to listen to like the last part where we told him to put on his earmuffs. Because I actually left that in the episode because it was pretty funny. I was trying to figure out like how to explain to Kriss like when to stop. But yeah, so that phone number, I will say it again later, but that phone number, if you want to give us a codec call and leave a codec message on this codec number, it is 209-791-0995. Hopefully someone will let us know the truth about Snake not shooting that knife out of the air. I've watched it also multiple times after that, and I'm like, nope, there's no shot. Not even his finger moves for the trigger. Explain that.
You never see, well, the finger, I can't, but you never see the shots anyways. Like, you don't see any darts flying out when he shoots.
But you do see the gun like move and make a sound effect like a little. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I still think he shoots it. Because it's like a slow motion, it's a weird angle. He shoots it.
No. Anyway, guys. Yeah, this is a whole Greedo shot first thing going on here.
Han shot.
Well, Greedo never shot.
Well,
if you watch the original one.
Yeah.
They added that whole thing. Oh, man. When they changed that and you see his like neck go off to the side all weird. I remember I was like, is that how it was originally? Because like my dad and I went to the theaters to go watch the new versions because we were like, oh, it's going to, they're going to fix all the weird black lines around like the blue screen, because you could totally see that in the original. But when they started adding stuff, I was like, this isn't how it looked, right? Like they didn't my brain was not working when I saw the CG stuff. I was like, wait. I think these are CG characters, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
So fucking weird. Oh man, especially when they added that CG dancing creature in Return of the Jedi. That looked like the what was that game show back in the day where they had to like press a button and it would like there was a thing rotating around the TV screen and they would stop it and it's just like some kind of trivia or whatever, but then they would land on this creature that just looked like a fur ball. Oh my god, it's so hard to explain.
No idea.
It actually shows up in like the first couple of minutes of the movie The Cable Guy.
No, I don't know.
I have no idea either.
I
Yeah.
don't think I watched
This is
too many game shows when I was growing up.
Yeah, this is
Do you at least know what like network is on, or?
that's what I'm trying to look for. It's like a hairy creature, and this is what this thing looked like in Return of the Jedi.
I have no idea.
It was like their mascot. I'm looking.
Welcome to the Metal Gear podcast, where we talk about everything except for Metal Gear.
Yep, that's right. My brain keeps wanting to say like the Noid, but no, that's the dude from Domino's.
Yeah, avoid the Noid. Get Domino's
Avoid
pizza.
the Noid. Oh, is this it? Yes. What is this? What is this? Press Your Luck was the name of this game show.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Nope, never mind. The little red dude?
Yeah, the little red dude.
Huh. Yeah. I never saw the show. Can't believe you saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only that's why I like referenced Cable Guy, because like when his cable's not working yet and he's just like, it's the intro and he's just like channel flipping, that game show shows up. And I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I used to watch this all the time, which I'm pretty sure were reruns by then, because if this was an 80s show. Anyway, that guy. That creature looked like the dude from Press Your Luck. I'm definitely dating myself here. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so Snake's dead. And you start off the game almost kind of emulating the way Metal Gear Solid 1 started, right? Because you're in a diving suit, your face is covered, and you hear the Colonel. The Colonel is actually talking to you.
Yeah.
And he's calling you Snake. So I want to hear Kriss's reaction to this whole first part. Like, what were your feelings when you were like, did you even notice his voice was different when he was talking?
That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, what's wrong with Snake's voice? Before they even called him Snake, I was like, who is this? And it took me a second to recognize the Colonel.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, who is this guy and why isn't it Snake? And then I kind of caught on to the Colonel, and he said something, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the Colonel. What's he doing here? And then, it like showed his hair out of the back of the helmet or whatever it was wearing. And I was like, what? That's not Snake's hair. What the heck is going on? And then he takes off his helmet, and I was like, yeah, that is definitely not Snake. Who the hell is this? And he's like, oh, from now on, your code name is no longer Snake. It's Raiden. And I was like, what? Who are you? What? So yeah, it was a bit of a mind-blowing experience for me.
You know what's funny? I didn't notice the voice the first time. The blonde hair actually didn't throw me off either, because Snake is blonde. If you remember the briefing videos, he's kind of a natural blonde the way Liquid is. But for some reason, he dyed his hair and has been dyeing his hair since, I guess, because he was dyeing his hair in Metal Gear Solid 2 also.
Yeah.
To differentiate himself from Liquid, I guess.
For sure, I kind of want to see. I don't want to dwell on the stream, but I really wanted to catch your first impressions of this, the intro to this, to the plan, because I don't know. I kind of felt the same way. I think everyone felt. Is you're like, who the fuck is this guy? You're like, where's Snake, and why did they call me Snake? And my first thoughts were definitely Colonel. I was happy to see him. I like Colonel for some reason. He stuck around since 1. I really liked him. And again, I never played Ghost Babel, so I didn't know he was in Ghost Babel. But I like Colonel and
Metal Gear 2.
Oh yeah, I guess he wasn't too, huh? But I never played that back then in the first, Yeah,
I didn't know he was in so many games.
And in my timeline, I didn't know he was in any other game other than Solid 1. So I was like, cool, hell yeah, sequel. The Colonel's back. But I'm like, but where the fuck is Snake? I was pissed. So yeah, I was gonna point out we're kind of going based on the game right now, right? So like, I still to this day find it weird. I don't understand it. I don't know if they explain it or not. Why the hell does he get like shocked the first time you touch the node?
Did you say nerd?
Yeah, I'll get to that point in a minute. But okay, well, let me get to that now. I was teasing Mr. Bacon there when I was watching him stream.
I'm sorry, who?
Mr. Bacon. No, you guys.
German actually acknowledges his existence.
I have. Actually, I've done it twice. I did it last time. I was watching, and I remember, I was like, Bacon. I just kind of whispered it.
The way you said it, you were like, Bacon.
I was like,
when I was editing it, I was like, he caught himself and just continued.
I did. I was like, I'm just going to say it. But hey, I said
funny.
Mr. Bacon this time. Mr. Bacon is his father. No. I caught his stream, and like literally right when I think I joined, like he touched the node, and I was like, hey, is that the nerd? And that is such an awkward line. It still bugs me to this day because he's like, touch the node. Did you say nerd? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
And
In what
even
context would I say touch the nerd?
Well, he says not nerd, node, and
Yeah.
then Raiden just goes, "Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
again, it's so weird, delivered so
cringy, dude.
awkward. And here's the thing: let's pretend in some universe that he did say nerd. Wouldn't you just kind of figure it was a what's it called, anagram, and it stood for something? NER, D, it stands
Yeah.
for neurological, blah, whatever, radar detection, neurological external radar detection. There you go, But for
rectal deterrent."
for Raiden, I don't even know if they say his age in this game, but he's obviously over probably 21. I don't know, just to be like, did you say nerd? And then the way Colonel just says like, no, just like,
Yeah.
not even a joke or like, get clean your ears out, Raiden. No, just says no, not nerd, node. Oh,
Yeah, he just like
and then just keeps going. It's like,
puts him in his place right away. He's like, "Shut the fuck up
where
and pay
did this
attention."
come? I think in Metal Gear 1, had it been Snake, had Snake said, did you say nerd? Maybe Mei Ling would have chimed in and be like, oh, that's funny. No, it's called a
No,
node.
silly.
Yeah, and they'd be like, who's that? Yeah, I was expecting something more out of that scene. To this day, I cannot stand that fucking section. It pisses me off, man.
Well, we will kind of notice. I think I alluded to this in previous episodes where the tone changes dramatically in this game, from not just from Solid 1 to this, but from the Tanker episode to this. In the same game, the tone just completely changes, and you're just like, what game am I playing? Is this a fucking April Fool's joke? Like, what is happening?
I definitely felt that way at the beginning of the tower or whatever it's called. Yeah.
The big shell?
Yeah.
Going back to that, my initial question is, do they explain why he gets shocked? Is it just because he was wet? Is it a one-time thing? Is he getting shocked every single time he touches a node for the first time?
I don't know. I think maybe nanomachines.
Yeah, right? It's
just
at
just
this point,
default. Everything is nanomachines.
at this point, it is. But I still, like, I was just, like I said, replayed it, and I was like, I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, he fucking gets shocked. Because I remember even finding it very, his scream, I don't know, it just, you missed
It was
David
real
Hayter.
intense.
Well, no, actually, I missed David Hayter. I felt it wasn't as, like, when you're getting shocked with from Ocelot in Torture Room.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it just was,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, okay.
It was
you
very
hurt?
anticlimactic, is what it
That's
was.
what I felt like. But I
Yeah,
will say
okay.
this. Okay, watching Chris's streams, Kriss, I forgot what Raiden sounds like when he dies. I have not heard that fucking
Oh,
death. Yeah, I was like, I heard when I was listening to your stream, because I was listening to it, and I was like, oh man, he died, and like, he died, like, you died like 3 or 4 times back to back at one point.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dude, I haven't heard that fucking death scream in years, because I have not died. I haven't played in 20 years plus first, but I haven't died as Raiden fucking forever, So I was like, damn, dude, that was kind of threw me for a loop there. I didn't recognize it at first.
My favorite is when you die from falling into the water.
I don't know if I remember that sound.
I think it's the same scream, but it's just like, I think it's a little bit more echoey because you're like outside, and then the screenshot is just you in the water.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I'm surprised Chris knew that when he finally used the hanging. By the way,
Well, because they told him to use a hanging.
oh dude, we are gonna make references to the stream, but okay, let's.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
All right, Chris. So you realize you're not Snake.
Mm-hmm.
You're some dude named
Or
Raiden.
are you?
Or are you? That's true. Yeah. How did you fare in that little room when you got electrocuted before you took off the mask? There was 2 guards there.
Yeah.
I know how much trouble you have with 4 guards in a corridor. How do you do against 2? Oh no, sorry. There's only 3 guards in the corridor, right?
Yeah.
Because it's yeah.
Yeah, I think
okay.
so.
How do you do against 2 guards in one room and they're already knocked out?
Well, I moved them over so they could take a nap somewhere else, somewhere more comfortable.
No, where'd you put them?
You know where that like crate is?
Okay.
Not the crate. The
Yeah, it's
what are they called?
like a pallet.
pallet. Yeah, I put them over on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, wait for the elevator. So I was like, okay, and so I did. And I don't remember exactly what happens right after that.
You know what I used to do? just to make sure that they didn't spot me. Like, this is how much of a noob I was back then. There's lockers at the beginning of the area, if you remember.
Just go hide back there.
Yep, I used to drag them all the way back there, put him in that fucking locker, and then trigger that cutscene, because once you trigger that cutscene, they start waking up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you preemptively do it, pretty much you cheese that whole part and you put them in the locker.
Okay.
And then
So I accidentally made that part easier on myself. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta do this because I don't remember what happens if they wake up in the locker. Do they wake? Could they just open the door?
No, they never wake up.
They never wake up in the lockers.
No, yeah, that was the best part of the lockers. Like, if you knock even if you knock them out with your fists and they just have the stars instead of the Z's, and you put them in a locker, they'll never get out.
They'll just okay. So
Yep,
I mean,
just stuck in there.
I know I've stuck people in there back in the day. I just don't remember if they ever got out. I'm telling you, this game I'm telling you, I'm having fun replaying it because I definitely haven't played it in 20 plus years. Like I said, I have mixed feelings. I love it. I hate it. But there's a lot of things I forgot. So it is kind of like a first time for me as well. I mean, obviously I remember enough where I'm not going to have troubles beating it. But there are certain sections where I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this.
Yeah, there's so many mechanics that once you get to the point to where you've played it, dozens and dozens of times, you don't use those mechanics anymore because you're like, I know this guy's, his, what is it called? Like his path,
Patrol,
right?
Yeah, patrol route.
Yeah, the route. Thank you. So you know which way they're gonna go. So you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do a cartwheel, and then I'm gonna, whatever. What'd you think of that, Kriss? The cartwheel.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
It was simultaneously super flamboyant, but also kind of cool that they added that in. Because I think Snakes is just like just a dodge roll
Just a
type
dodge.
thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, just a roll. Yeah.
So I thought it was cool that they added they definitely made a difference. But it seemed just a little flamboyant to me. But that's not a bad thing either. So.
No. But it's like you were saying, guys were saying earlier. The tone, you kind of went from like kind of serious doing a dive.
Yeah.
And also you did some weird ass cart. Like who the fuck in would do a cartwheel? Like would that be effective in any way, shape,
In a
or form?
stealth mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do remember that being like kind of like, okay, it's kind of like, all right, sure. Did again, Kriss, I want to reiterate that there is a billion Easter eggs in these games, and we don't expect you to find all of them your first playthrough, obviously. Did you play at all around with the seagulls when you get up to the top of the first strut there, whatever that was?
If you mean the seagull poop area, I did find that by accident.
Nice.
Slipped on it.
Yeah. One of the viewers in my stream, Meow_EMC, has recently played these games for the first time.
Oh.
And I guess she in particular was very much looking forward to me finding that and slipping and moving.
So you can also go into first person view and look up, and you'll get shit on.
Oh, okay.
You'll get pooped on.
I'm telling you, there's a million Easter eggs, man. Like there's so much fun stuff in this game.
Yeah,
Also,
I remember. Go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, also in that first area when you first get out of the water, did you notice all those bugs, like those cockroaches or whatever they are?
Oh, I was smashing those. Yeah.
They, if you're crawling around enough, they will get all over your rations.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and then you can't use your rations. Do they eat them? Do they start getting?
That would make sense. Or it's just a bad ration, you can't eat it. Yeah, contaminated or whatever.
Noise. That's a very good point. We should look. I'm gonna test it. I think they do eat them, but
I know you can't use them while there's bugs on them.
yeah, and you just gotta shake them off, pretty much, right? I think that's the only way to get them off.
I actually don't even remember what.
I think you just equip and unequip or something like that, and then they fall off, if I remember correctly. Which is kind of cool. It's a throwback to fucking Solid Snake with the fucking snake that was going through your freaking inventory.
Oh man, dude, I totally forgot about the snake.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of a nice little throwback to that, in my opinion. I mean,
It could be.
Because that one you had to open your pouch and get rid of it, and this
and
one
it was like eating all your shit.
Yeah, it was it was eating your ashes.
Because you're supposed to be looking for an owl.
Yeah.
You get a snake
Yeah,
instead.
that's right. Yeah.
God damn.
That was a fun game. Yeah, I still remember that.
What were you gonna say, Kriss?
Crap, I don't remember now.
Talking about bird shit.
Oh yeah. So I went up there and I slipped once and I was like, what happened? And I tried to walk again and I slipped again. I was like, okay, I'll just go back. And so I turned around like 180 degrees, tried to walk back, and I slipped again. And that guard that's up there, after you do all the bomb stuff, was like, what's happening? And I stayed laying down. I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, maybe if I lay down, he won't see me.
You went Monster Hunter on him?
Yeah, I did. Because he's like, is something there? No, nothing here.
Oh my god.
I believe that Hey JW clipped that actually and
Okay.
posted that in my Discord. So we'll have to
Okay.
share that.
Yeah,
too.
I definitely missed the beginning. I came in, I guess, right when you started the fortune fight.
Okay.
Because that's why when I came in, I was like, okay, how long have we been in this
Yeah.
room?
Yeah, it literally just started like not even 30 seconds before.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, so you go through all that. You're up on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
They teach you how to crawl. They're like, hey, there's part of the. By the way, you are being bombarded by codec calls, but at
Oh
this
my
point,
gosh.
and you haven't even done anything.
I honestly could not stand it. I almost stopped streaming at that point. Like there was so many cutscenes, and you'd go through this 10-minute cutscene, and then you'd move 3 feet. Oh, here's a codec call, and then you finally finish that codec call, and it goes to another cutscene, and you finish that cutscene. You move 5 feet. Here's another codec call. And it's like, oh my gosh, please just let me play the game.
Yeah, I do got to say that personally, I feel like this is Kojima addressing complaints about the first game because in the first, a lot of people I don't know who, but enough people complained about that. Oh, like there's too many codec calls and cutscenes in the first game, because it's like the first one that kind of did cinematic stuff and all these phone calls and stuff. And I feel like this is Kojima just saying, you want to see too many cutscenes? You want to see too many fucking codec calls? I'll fucking show you. Like, just, I feel like this game is just, especially once the big shell shows up, because Tanker wasn't like this.
No.
Tanker felt like the first game.
The Tanker had the biggest cutscene was in the beginning, and then after
But
that,
they were, I don't think, oh, I can't even say. But yeah, anyways, I just feel like Kojima's just putting a huge middle finger to everybody in this whole big shell part.
Yeah,
that's how it feels.
No, I remember when I first got my Switch, and I went down to GameStop to get it, and I was getting some games with it, obviously, because getting a new system, you gotta have something to play on it. And so I was looking around, and I asked the guy working there, I was like, oh, what do you recommend? He's like, oh, what are you into? I was like, oh, I like RPGs, I like adventure, stuff like that. He's like, oh, you might like this. He recommended Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh,
and I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Like it looks anime-ish, kind of cool. I'll check that out. And I remember I brought it home and I tried it, and the first 2 hours is all cutscene and tutorial.
Oh no!
It's one of those things where it's you do a whole cutscene and they explain stuff, and then you go into a tutorial that explains the same thing. And I'm fine with tutorials. I'm fine with cutscenes as long as it's like pertinent to what you're doing. The thing is, they describe stuff in these cutscenes and tutorials that you don't do until like the end of the game. Why are you telling me this now?
Yeah.
When I don't need it now. And then by the time everything was over, I forgot how to do all the basic stuff. So I have never touched the game since then.
Did you beat it, Kriss?
No, I've never never played the game since then.
Oh, okay.
Let me borrow it. I want to play it.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I don't care. I don't want it.
So me and Kriss have talked about this game because I rented it.
Wait, is it the first one or the second one?
It's the second one.
I was on GameFly still during that time, and I was like, I haven't played an RPG in a long time, and it's new, and it's the sequel, so the first one must have done good. I ordered it as well, and I got it, and I tried playing it. And I don't know how the hell we ended up talking about it, but we both were like, dude, we were making jokes. We're like, Xeno Chronicle, the movie, Xeno Chronicle, the game, the movie, the game, the cutscenes galore. I mean, it looks cool. People love this game. I'm not against cutscenes either. I don't know. It's just something about it takes forever to probably get into it.
It really does.
It kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy. What was it? 14 or whatever, the one with lightning. 13.
13. Yeah.
Remember how like the first fourth of the game was technically just the intro. Like you don't get to do anything until like you get to a certain point, and then it's like, okay, Final Fantasy. I think you even get the title screen. You're like, what the fuck? This was all just like the tutorial. You're like, god damn.
I'm actually a big fan of that whole intro part.
No problems with it. But I was watching my one of my cousins play at the time. I thought he was fucking full blown into the game, and then I was helping him play it at one point, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, that was just like the intro, if you will. And to put you in context of how bad he was doing at this game. I got home from work and he was playing, like, oh, cool, new Final Fantasy, all right. And I'm watching him fight this thing. Don't quote me what the monster was, just some fucking monster. I'm thinking it's a mini boss or something, because it took him 45 minutes to beat. I'm not even joking. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, was that a boss? And he goes, no, man, just a fucking enemy. I'm like, what? and he gets another random encounter, and he's just hitting it, doing one damage. I'm like, bro, you're doing something wrong. He's like, no, I'm like, no, that's how it is. I'm like, dude, you're doing something wrong. And I watched this little gauge kind of half fill, and I was like, I don't remember the mechanics of the game. I just remember the fact that I was like, hold on, use magic again. I'm like, do it again. And then it staggered the enemy or whatever that mechanic was called. Mm-hmm. And now he was doing damage. I was like, you see, you fucking dumbass. I'm like, and then he's like, oh, I know I was supposed to do that. How was I supposed to do that? And no one told me to do that. And then I figured out, like, he's just skipping everything everything they were teaching. He was like, whatever, skipping it. And
by any chance, were these enemies, did they look like birds?
No, these kind of look like maybe armadillos, almost, like, if I remember correctly.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of.
It was early in the game.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
But I just thought it was super funny because, like, and then after that, every battle was taking like 30 seconds, a minute. I'm like, see, fucking Abe. I'm like, you took 45 minutes.
Name drop. I know who it is now.
Yeah, you know who it is. And Kriss does too.
Not only do I know who it is, I've heard that story before.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kriss. Well, Kriss knows him very intimately.
Yeah, very.
Whoa.
Why did you kiss him again?
Because so he did something. I don't remember what it was, and I think I like threatened that I was gonna kiss him. He's like, "No, you won't, haha," and he didn't believe me, so that's why I did it.
Yeah, it was something. It was probably a Monster Hunter, and Kriss is like, it's like if you don't stop, I think he was probably just pissing Bonnie off or something.
Probably,
and
yeah.
He's like, bro, if you don't stop, I'm gonna kiss you. He's like, no, and then we met up at the sushi place, Noise. And then I didn't know. I don't think I knew. And
Bonnie did. She was looking forward to it.
We got out there in the parking lot, and Kriss goes, before I forget, just walks right up to Abe and kisses him. You kissed him on the cheek, right?
I asked him. I said, "Where do you want me to kiss you? A cheek or forehead?" He said, "Forehead." So I kissed him on both cheeks.
And I was like, "What the fuck?" And Abe was like, "What the hell?" He's like, and Bonnie's like, and you were like, "I told you." I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool.
And the thing that Bonnie always laughs at is she's like, he could have ran. He knew it was coming. He could have ran, and he didn't. I was like, yeah, he wanted it.
He wanted it. This is the first time I've ever heard this.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so cutscenes, yeah, Kriss.
And for anyone who's wondering, yes, I got permission from my wife. She gave me permission. In fact, she wanted me to film it so she could see it, so.
But yeah, no. Going back to this whole cutscene.
Yes, so they teach you how to get under a fence.
I don't know if I found it annoying my first playthrough ever. I think I was still kind of in shock that I wasn't as Snake. And obviously, before you open that first hatch, you hear someone getting their ass kicked. You know, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you kind of glaze over that, and I was kind of like, oh okay. And then Raiden even makes the comment like, hey, somebody already cut a hole in this. And again, my hopes were like, oh, so maybe Snake's in here. And then, if you can briefly see him when he's going up the elevator, right? Or at least his feet, right?
Well, you do see a voluptuous ass.
Yeah. Kriss, by the way,
we're not sure if it's him.
Yeah, exactly. So I couldn't remember how much you see of him or not. Because again, I was just kind of goofing around this time. Kriss, I don't know if we've mentioned this or if you saw it on my playthrough. You can push R1 and that will zoom in on any cutscene, and then you can use the joystick to move around.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
So you can do that, yeah. You can zoom around and see. Obviously, your first time playing it.
You can see his crack in full detail.
You might not really know what, like what's the point. I mean, you might just watch it normal. But, like, for someone someone's played a billion times, you just kind of start looking at random corners for shit. You're like, oh, what's over here?
Oh, yeah.
But, or if you really want to gonk at a certain character, you can just zoom into their nostrils. But yeah, so it's, I didn't find it as annoying, I want to say, because I wanted to play Metal Gear,
Yeah.
Like I said,
I can see if you were very excited about the game and you're like looking forward to it. It's like, okay, this is a minor inconvenience. I just want to get to the game. But for me, that's always been a pet peeve of mine when games do that. Like, I don't mind a little cutscenes. I don't mind intro cutscenes. I don't mind tutorials and stuff like that. It's fine. Mm-hmm. But let me, when you let me play the game, let me actually play the game. Don't let me move 3 feet and then something else happens.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, yeah.
And the other thing is, you've already been playing the game for a couple hours.
Yeah. A couple hours.
You know how to crawl. You know how to... Because the next thing they tell you is, you go down the stairs and they call you and they're like, or the camera shows you how to lean. And it's just like, yes, you showed me how to lean in the tanker.
Yeah.
Which Kriss still doesn't use.
I have used that a few times, and I noticed that they can spot you now when you lean.
Well, yeah, if you press the shoulder button, they'll see you. Yeah, but if you don't press the shoulder, you'll still have like the over the shoulder look.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But if you press R2 or L2 and peek out, of course they're gonna see you.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think they even spot you in the tanker, Chris. It's just I think that cone is still has to be just right. If
They
Yeah.
will also spot your shadows too.
yeah.
But wasn't it in MGS1 where you could lean over even with the shoulder buttons? They
No.
wouldn't see you.
No,
No, you couldn't
this
even
is a new
lean in.
mechanic.
Nope. Yep. You couldn't lean in Metal Gear 1.
Okay.
Just
The only
wall
thing you
press.
can do is press up against. Yeah, just wall press. But yeah, they teach you things you just spent. However long.
Yeah.
The
in
only
the
mechanic
tanker.
they teach you that you don't utilize without playing it multiple times in theory would be the hang, because in tanker you don't need the hang to progress in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I guess they don't teach it to you. Yeah,
But
yeah,
actually,
there's hanging.
they don't teach you to crawl, but Metal Gear 1, Solid 1 teaches you to crawl. So,
That's true. Yeah.
but anyways, yeah. So you make it up to the top. You fall on the bird poop, which I fell on bird poop myself the first, and
Oh,
I didn't know I was falling on it. I just remember, bam, like what the fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, and I was like, maybe because I'm wet, because I just came out of the fucking ocean, and then just kept running back and forth. And I was like, oh, it's the poop.
Yeah. So here, there's another nerd that you have to touch. And by the way, Chris, every time you can go up to these anytime, and you can actually change your settings there.
I noticed that, yeah, because I went up to one I'd already activated, and it just brought me straight to that, and I was like, what is this? Like, what? And then I was like, oh, I already activated this one, so.
Yeah.
Did you put down your real name, your birthday? What did you do?
For my name, I put "Damn it, Chris," and then I did do the month and day of my birth. Oh no, I didn't do the month and day of my birthday. I actually put someone else's birthday, which is an unfortunate day. He was born before the fact, and that's all I'll say.
Okay. And then what about
I think Noyes knows.
Do
what
I?
nationality? You picked USA.
Yes.
I don't remember. I think that was blown away by how many nationalities there was. I think they list all of them, honestly.
Oh, and by the way, here's a difference from these versions, the HD versions compared to the original PS2 and Xbox versions. You can't put in the year or the blood type in the new versions. In the old version, you could put in your blood type and the year that you were born.
I wonder if that's because it's an invasion of privacy or something.
Most likely because, it's like, here's your, what if you put your real name on there?
Yeah.
And your entire birthday and your blood type.
Yeah.
And someone's just like, I'm just going to steal this motherfucker's identity. So, yeah, it started with the HD collection on PS3.
Okay. I was wondering about that because for the year, it just had 4 question marks. And I was like, I don't know if that's an actual thing because they don't want that information or what. But yeah, I for the name, I put "Damn it, Chris." And then for the year or for the birthday, I put someone else's birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd totally forgotten about that until I started emulating it, because I was like, I wonder what version I'm going to play for the podcast. And then I was like, oh, wait, I could put the year and my blood type. Like, what the hell? And it's like, I guess they changed it. So, yeah, there's a difference right there.
I don't remember that shit. Okay.
I knew I could put my blood type. That's why when I saw an HD, I was like, maybe I imagined that shit.
Yeah,
But no, you could totally do it.
Okay. I wonder, was it in Subsistence or whatever the other one is?
That's the one I played. I played Subsistence.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that one. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's just once they did the HD collection and games were now online, by default, PS3s were pretty much online if you had a PlayStation account. PS2s, the only games that went online were like Final Fantasy 11, and I think that's it because Final Fantasy 11 was the only one because it was just an MMO. Like you had to buy a hard drive just to play that game.
Jeez.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the PS2 didn't come with a hard drive, and you could only play it on the fat, like the original PS2, because that actually had a hard drive slot in the back. I don't know if you remember that, German.
Yeah, I do remember that. I don't.
Yeah, the PS2 Slim, obviously. That thing was. Do you remember how tiny that thing is compared to the
Slim?
I have both of them.
Yeah.
They're so. What a difference in size.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Crap.
But they gutted the shit out of it, though, right?
Oh yeah. Well, they took out the expansion bay. They took out like
Does
a
it play
bunch of
DVDs
USBs.
still?
Oh yeah, it still played DVDs.
Okay.
But yeah, they took out like remember like you could hook up 2 PS2s together with like a link. It was like an iLink cable or whatever.
Oh, shit. I don't think I ever did it, but okay.
Yeah, you could totally do that. Like if you wanted to play head to head like Gran Turismo 3, you could totally do that. But yeah, they gutted all that shit out. They basically just made it the motherboard, the disc reader, and a couple USBs and
plastic case. That was it.
and the slots for your controllers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is where I heard Chris. Oh no, wait, is this where I walked in? I don't know if this is where I walked in, but this is where Chris went the wrong way. So please explain yourself, Chris.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, actually.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Went the wrong way.
You
Are you talking about?
So in the cutscene, they tell you that something's going on in the
Oh, right. Okay,
BC
yeah.
connecting bridge,
Yeah,
or
and then I
the
went
AB
to, like,
connecting bridge or something.
I went to, AF connecting bridge.
Yes.
And, I was just all sorts of confused and lost. And
That's where I joined in. Like I said, noise. I joined in like maybe 5 minutes before you did, because I was driving. So I literally was like, hey, Chris, and like I'm lurking or whatever. And then and I can just hear Chris like, where do I go? Where do I go? What do I do?
Yeah.
And I just keep hearing the calls. What was that? Is somebody there? I was driving home from freaking Silver Springs, dude. So it was just 20 minutes of, is somebody there? Chris goes,
somebody there.
You saw nothing. You saw nothing.
The enemy is here. I need backup.
Yeah, and next and then him dying. I'm like, that's what I was like, dude, I forgot what he sounds like. I'm telling you, I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I was, like I said, I'm enjoying this. This is like a first playthrough for me because of how much I forgot.
So actually, I think that's where I joined then. Yeah, because I must have like left at some point and then came back because that's why I was like, how long have we been in this room? So
Yeah.
yeah. So Chris, you ended up in the F strut.
Mhm.
And how did that go?
It was interesting. I died a lot, obviously. I was not equipped to be there, and I didn't know where to go, so I kept like just going around in circles, basically. And then I figured out when you press start, it shows the map.
A very Metroid Prime looking.
You know?
Yeah. Actually,
Map.
now that you mentioned that, it is very Metroid Prime looking. Yes.
Because of the hexagons and everything.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that room, you come down the stairs and then there's obviously a left side and a right side. I think I did the same thing Chris did my first time through, but I realized none of the doors were opening, so I'm like, all right, well, I guess I gotta go backwards. But I can see how you might like kind of see that first door, then you go to the node, which is further to the right, then you see the little hallway or whatever, and you go down there, and then you just kind of forget to go back the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I
Because I mean, the camera kind of pushes you to go that way
To
in
the
the
node.
cutscene. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I did the same thing my first playthrough. I really want to say because I hate this game, and I think that might have been one thing that pissed me off because I was like lost for a minute, and I was already kind of getting a little annoyed myself. But that's where the M9 is at, right? So
that's what I was gonna say is that
Yeah.
technically Chris went the pro way because the noob would go left and follow their instructions.
Mhm.
But if the pro has already mapped everything out, they know like, oh, the M9 is over here. I'm gonna go grab that first, so that I can start grabbing dog tags and shit, and then I'll go continue with the cutscene.
So okay. So let's say you go left then without going right, because I haven't done this forever. Maybe I should redo it and just find out. Let's move on to the next section. What happens when you get over to the to that next what are they called? The struts, the bridge
Yeah.
and struts, right? The connected bridges.
Yeah, connecting bridges and struts. Yeah,
What happens when you get to the next strut? Strut P.
and another fucking cutscene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in the cutscene you have the M9 if you have it. So if you don't have the M9, you're
No,
not
you don't.
gonna, yeah, you do. You have the M9.
No, you don't. If you don't pick it up, you don't.
Oh, that's what I'm
have
saying. That's what I'm saying. If you don't pick it up, you just won't have it.
it. Correct.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, I might probably maybe one time, but okay, cool. So you just walk in barehanded, huh?
I think so. Like now you're making me.
I want to say you have to be there. You have to be barehanded. But anyways, Chris, what did you think about this next cutscene? You walk in, it's a bunch of dead soldiers. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Is that where you walk into the room and it's all like there's all blood all
Well,
over
no.
the place?
So before that, there's wait, is it that room first or is it the? Yes. You're right. Sorry, I mixed up the two cutscenes. Yeah, because going left, that's when they teach you how to hang.
Yeah, to avoid the guards or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Okay.
Oh, that's why they probably teach you to hang, because you don't fucking have the M9 if you didn't go right.
No, they teach you that no matter what.
Yeah,
No,
'cause I think
No,
I
that's what I'm
had the
saying.
M9
That's
at
what
that
I'm
point,
saying.
yes.
Like,
why
if
they
you
do it.
had, yeah.
Oh,
If
I
you
see,
hadn't
yeah.
gone right, you have no way to get past those guards without getting caught, technically. So it'd be like, oh, just hang and go through them.
That's true. Unless you
Yeah.
cartwheel over those loud grates right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
on the-
yeah. You can do that. Yeah,
Which,
exactly.
which I guess doing cartwheels doesn't cause that much noise.
It's a sneaking suit, man.
Yeah, the sneaking. No, it's a skull suit now.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a skull suit. That's right.
There's a lot of pressure on my sternum.
That's good for your organs. Since
I know.
when? What?
Relax. I forget what he says, but yeah, there's a lot of pressure on my chest or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
he says. And shut the fuck
Torso,
up,
yeah.
Brighton.
It helps promote blood flow or some shit.
Yeah, they say something crazy. Just like, whatever, dude.
I kind of want to go back to something I think German had talked about earlier. You mentioned like you assume Raiden is over 21.
Mhm.
I didn't get that impression at all. Like
No.
the way he talks with Rose and everything, it's like They sound like teenagers.
Let me get me started on Rose, but you know what? I can kind of say that. Well, because I remember when I joined your stream, was it 2 days ago or whatnot? And I happened to join it, right? I forgot about that, you know, for the when she goes like, oh, you know, it's like, do you remember what tomorrow is? It's like, no, like I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, April 30th. Yeah, what's April 30th? I don't know. Oh, I'll wait until you figure it out.
Yeah,
good.
Like, well, I'm not telling you until you. And I was like,
stop calling me Jack.
Damn it!
I know you had one fucking job. Don't call him Jack. Call him Raiden.
I cannot stand Rose.
No, but then again, I still to this day I was also like, bitch, I'm on a fucking super secret mission, a world potentially, you know, saving
hangs in the balance.
Yeah, and you're fucking bitching about me about a fucking date that I don't remember, and you know, and I'm actually gonna completely put myself out there. I don't really remember what it is. I think I know what it is, but I don't remember. But even the first time playing it through, I was like, their anniversary. I'm like, it's probably something dumb.
That's what
like
I was
that.
thinking too.
You know,
yeah.
I'm like, what else could it fucking be? And I was like, I hope it's not something dumb.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, but I think it is something dumb, Chris. To be honest, but
You know what's crazy?
What?
That's me and my wife's anniversary from when we first started dating.
Oh yeah. You know what? I was speaking of. I was gonna say, what if you put down the date as April 30th, man? That'd be helpful.
Ooh,
I wonder if you get anything else, any special.
Wonder if anything happens on your birthday. Like if you put that as your birthday and you're playing that day.
I think you do get something. I don't remember what though. I think you do get something though. I think you sign into a node and it just says happy birthday or some shit like that.
Oh, whoopee.
Yeah. I want to say that it's simple, but I want to say it does recognize that. But now that I think about it, I don't think I ever did April 30th, and that's the date she's bitching about. So I wonder if you did that, if you'd get anything special.
Yeah.
And it is actually like a historical date because they mention it in the game, but it does coincide with something between Jack and Rose from Titanic.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of when she introduced herself as Rose and he was Jack. I was like, "Is this Titanic? What?"
So this was kind of inspired by Titanic for Kojima because the first part is a ship sinking, and then these two characters are called Jack and Rose. So there are a lot. You're gonna see I don't know if a lot, but you're definitely gonna see some like Titanic references. And
okay.
You know what's funny? When I first played Metal Gear Solid 1. I didn't know who Hideo Kojima was. It was a badass game. But I did see similarities between that game and Die Hard, and we brought those up, right?
Oh yeah.
This game came out. I still didn't know who the fuck Hideo Kojima was. You know, I was just a dumb kid. I just played video games. I didn't know who Shigeru Miyamoto was. I didn't know nothing. I just fucking knew it was a good game.
Shigeru Magala.
And but you know, in hindsight, you know, now knowing who he is and how much of a movie buff he is and how much he likes movies and always wanted to be technical director and blah 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 blah. I want to see more. I want this game here. I want to see if I do catch more stuff, because I'm gonna be the first to say this. When you mentioned it in his stream, you said Jack and Rose and you said, "Oh, Titanic." I never put that. I never got that.
Really?
Nope, never. And now that you said about the ship, I was like, "Oh shit." Yeah. I wonder what else is in this game that might be movie based that I didn't pick up on. And again, maybe there was movies I hadn't seen at the time, or you know, so because I don't know if I did mention this last time. I don't think I did. But the point being is when you land on the tanker and you got camouflage and it breaks and you get all the electricity. It always reminded me of Terminator. You know, the way you get sent back from the future. It just reminded me of, you know, the way he stands up, you know, and I was like, Terminator right there. So yeah, I mean, I didn't pick up that Jack and Rose until just now, 25 years later. So cool.
And by the way, that electricity effect, for some reason, it doesn't render correctly since the HD version till now. Because if you watch the PS2 version, it's like a lot brighter and there's a lot more effects going on. So I don't know if it's like the rendering engine that causes that, but you can only see it on the PS2 version, which is weird. Yeah, I don't know if maybe because it's like HD that now like the pixels are thinner or something. It's hard to say, but I remember that was one of the effects that I was like, this looks weird, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. And then when I saw the PS2 version, I was like, oh man, this one's like way brighter and like more effects are going on. So yeah, I don't know, now that you mentioned that. But yeah, so you like German was saying, you enter this room full of blood, right? Is that the room?
Yeah, the hallway. Yeah,
I think it's B.
Oh yeah, strep B. And
that's where we meet not Snake, right? Or is that the area?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, you come in, and well, I guess I'm just gonna point out the obvious. First thing I thought was like fucking Gray Fox.
Yep.
Yeah, Cyber Ninja. You're like dead bodies, fucking blood all over the walls, and I was like, oh shit.
It was very reminiscent of that. Yeah.
Which hold on, I'm gonna sidestep again real quick. I don't think we ever described or talked about when you first meet Gray Fox. Is it the first time you meet him? No, well, when you go down that corridor, all those weird whispering voices you hear.
Like the little
yeah, like what the fuck was that? Like they never explain what they are. Is it just something Snake is hearing? Was it?
I think it's Cyborg Ninja, like, because he's not exactly all there. Yeah, and he's just kind of like
maybe his memories are kind of fucking coming. Like what do you call it? Because I'm assuming the suit has got when his face mask is closed, it's got some kind of mic or something. So maybe he's just talking to himself, and that's what you're hearing. Yeah, again,
I didn't even think about that. That's kind of
Yeah, we never talked about what that was because it only happens with him. So
that's true. Yeah,
and then I think
only in that part,
and only in that part, only in that room. It's the only time that you ever hear that weird part.
Yeah, and it just like loops over and over.
Yep, I remember. I think the first time I ever played that game because you saw Psycho Mantis earlier. And when I got to that scene, I was thinking it was Psycho Mantis, like, fucking with you. But then you meet the ninja, like, oh, shit. And, like, it's not Psycho Mantis. But why is it still all creepy? Like, if it was some Psycho Mantis,
Yeah.
But anyways, that was my first thought was Ninja, Kriss, So I don't know if you got that vibe from that.
I did. It also, and this is a game that I actually did play many, many years ago. Final Fantasy VII, there's a scene fairly early in the game. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
If you've played it German, where Sephiroth goes in and kills a bunch of people, and there's a trail of blood that you have to follow to find him, and he kills the president. But yeah, it reminds me of that too. Every time I look at it, it's like, oh, Sephiroth. Yeah. Yep, Hojo's Lad, yep.
So confession, never played 7, not even the remake, because I never had a PlayStation, remember? So
fair enough.
But I know Cloud and Sephiroth. I know all the characters, I just don't know the game, unfortunately.
You're not missing anything, German.
I'm not. Why is it like beloved and revered?
Because they can't get over it. Get over it, Final Fantasy VII fans. It happened in 1997.
No, damn.
Anyway, I also wanted to go back when we were talking about the cutscenes and everything. I found it interesting that they were referring so much to the VR missions.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder, like, German, I know you had mentioned, like, you never really played the VR missions before, did you?
I played the ones just, I did on the, not the VR missions, just the ones on
the ones on the game, yeah, so the 10. Mm-hmm. So what did you think when you saw that for the first time? Like, did you think that was, like, just part of that game? Or, like, I'm curious to see your reaction to, because obviously my first experience, I played the VR missions beforehand. I knew about them, whereas you didn't. So I'm curious to see if you can remember what was your first impression with that when you first played it.
I think, and I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly, but I want to say that when I heard him talking about those VR missions, because they show...
Yeah, they show a bunch of the, like, a little cuts. I mean, I think
little clips of it, yeah.
I think it's the trailer to VR missions.
Is it trailers that
I think that's what it, because remember, like, if you leave it going in the game in the menu, it plays that trailer. I think that's what they're showing you.
I want to say, Kriss, you know what? I want to say maybe that's what got me into buying the VR missions, is because I saw Snake.
Like, what, 300 VR missions? Let's go.
Yeah, Snake shooting stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I was like, there's a whole nother game out there.
Yeah.
And I want to say I probably had beaten this one. And then I was like, I wanted more Metal Gear, and I was playing this one back to back to back to back. Then I finally bought the VR missions, and again was disappointed. So
okay,
but yeah, so yeah, I was again. I think that's what led me to buy the VR missions, was the fact that he mentions them, and that you see clips of more than just what seemed to be, because I don't even think I did them all in the PlayStation 1, the Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
I think I just played a handful of them, because I only got to beat the game once until this time in this point of time. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Hold on, German.
No,
are you from a different fucking timeline? Because this is the second time you've mentioned timelines.
Well, because
are you the same German that I know?
He's
What's
like,
happening here?
It's definitely from this time and not the other timeline I'm from.
What I'm trying to say is, like, I'm talking.
Are you from the darkest? You're from the darkest timeline.
I can travel through time as long as I have a memory of what I did. And no, I was trying to be Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. No. I was trying to say, like, speak from that point in time. That's what I was trying to say. That's what led me to buy Metal Gear Solid 1 and VR missions, because I was like, well,
and that's when your timeline split in the game with two different people.
And in that timeline, VR missions is a full game, by the way.
Oh.
And at that time,
in that time,
Okay.
Are we in? Oh, so we're in the darkest timeline.
Yeah,
Where
this
the
VR
missions
missions just
it's
suck,
just
yeah.
a bunch of vision. I loved it.
I know you did. I know you did.
Question: is there a timeline that you know of that I'm good at games?
Oh hell no.
No,
Fantastic.
no. You know
Yeah.
that
Everything is
part in,
possible except for this.
that part in Infinity War where like Doctor Strange is like looking to see all the different possibilities of like how they're gonna beat Thanos.
Yeah.
He looked into your timelines and he was just like, no, not even one. I looked at 14,707,000 and he just sucks in every single one of them.
Just in different ways.
Yeah, it gets progressively worse somehow, just like
Yeah.
exponentially.
Anyway, yeah, back to that. Yeah, no, that very much was reminiscent. Sorry.
Here we go again.
Yeah, reminiscent of the original, like you said, with Gray Fox.
But what about the super fast flamenco dancing Romanian that that pops in and just starts slitting throats?
Yeah, that was interesting. I had pointed out, and this is becoming another meme in my channel, that he dodged bullets by spinning in place.
That's right.
It's not that he was spinning out of the way of bullets. No, he was spinning in place, and the bullets were just magically passing through him somehow.
Nanomachines.
Right, yeah. Yes.
No, I was listening to this part, and I wanted to watch this part. I almost pulled over to watch this part. Me and Noise,
I did watch this part, and
me and Noise did
Chris's confused face.
You pointed out a couple of things.
I'll have to make a clip of that or a highlight so you could post that.
It's most of your stream was your confused face. Like
Yeah.
you're so focused and confused. Like that's why I commented and I said Chris's gaming face. It's like watching a cat like follow a laser.
Yeah. And I remember there was one point where I said, like, this doesn't make any sense, or like, what's going on? And you're like, says every Kojima fan ever, every Metal Gear sound ever.
Oh yeah, I don't know what you said. Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna bring up too. And then you're like, just as you said it again, and you're like, Kriss, you're like, Ocelot has Liquid's fucking
yeah,
arm,
yeah, yeah.
and he's back in the dead.
right.
I think that's
And this
what I
doesn't
put
make
it in.
sense to you, and you're like, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he just conceded there. I was like, you're right, okay, I'll shut him down.
Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Hold on, there was something I was.
You had pulled over, or you almost pulled over.
No. So Kriss,
You crashed. You crashed the car.
No, Jesus, no.
He's dead. This is the alternate timeline
Yeah,
argument.
No. So Kriss, was this? I heard you say this, and I was gonna ask you: was this legitimate, or was this just you trolling? This was before you made it to the scene. You were still stuck over there in F or whatever that place was, and you had mentioned that you're like I'm Liquid Snake. Well, did you really think you were possibly Liquid, or was this?
I think I had mentioned like it was an earlier version of Liquid Snake. I think by the time I had mentioned that, like I knew that wasn't the case because I had mentioned like, oh, this is all 2 years.
2 years
excuse
later,
me,
okay.
2 years later, and so I was like, oh, and so I think I was mentioning like at first I thought it was a possible like if this had taken place earlier, it would have been like a younger Liquid Snake. Is kind of what I was thinking because he does kind of look like Liquid Snake a little bit.
You know what? I never thought about that, but when I heard you say that, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, had I maybe been in a different mind state, and especially had they omitted maybe the 2 years later portion of it, if you really didn't know what the hell you were doing there on the big shell to begin with, let's just say if Kojima had taken a different path and omitted that section, maybe pushed off Mr. Pliskin there for later on, and you're just infiltrating this thing, and you really don't know what the fuck you're there, and Colonel Campbell's there, and you're Foxhound. Yeah, I could see how someone would say, am I playing as Liquid Snake?
Yeah. Well, especially since like the first thing they called him is Snake, and it's like
Yeah,
clearly
exactly.
not Snake.
Yeah.
The only thing, and I didn't really think about this until just now, he doesn't have the accent, but I didn't
I was just thinking
know
that. Yeah.
if it's like, well, would they keep the same actor
faked
if
it.
he wasn't available? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it's an American actor doing
yeah.
a bad
So
British accent.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of, I won't lie, I was like, oh shit, I was like, I never thought about it, because there's going to be a million theories that you're going to have
yeah.
by the end of this game, and then going forward, there's going to be even, you're going to answer one question, Kriss, and have 5 more. That's the way this game's going to start working.
It's like Lost.
That sounds about yeah.
And so I could have seen this that being a little different, because again, Colonel is the commander of Foxhound, and Liquid wasn't Foxhound. You also mentioned this, and I wanted to answer you because I don't know if anyone did answer you. you asked something about the codename Snake or whatever, and you said, does that mean someone else can be Gray Fox? And the answer is kind of yes. He was the first one to get the codename of Fox, the only one.
Well, there can the first part of your name describes what kind of like soldier you were. The second part is your rank.
Is it the rank? Okay.
Yeah, because there's multiple snakes, but there's a liquid snake and a solid snake and a solidus snake. So technically, there could be another Fox, but he wouldn't be Gray Fox.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, like so, Fox was he was the only one to be given that code name. So the answer was like, yes, there could be not another Gray Fox, but there could, in theory, be another Fox. You know,
which makes me wonder, what was this snake?
I was gonna say, yes. I didn't know if they had mentioned it later, but I was gonna say, so as far as I know, he's Rainbow Snake or something. And I don't mean to double down on the whole flamboyant thing, but oh my gosh,
he has a girlfriend, Kriss.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying he can't.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's early 2000s. He's metrosexual. That's
beards are a thing, you know. Anyway,
what
beards? Do you know what a beard is?
What?
A beard.
Are we speaking like homosexual
not the facial
world?
Hair.
I don't know anything. No, I don't know.
Okay, so a beard.
Help me, Eric.
Is when a gay man gets a wife to appear straight.
Oh yes, no, yes, I do know this term. Yeah.
No, I don't know that. Okay.
Okay, because he's still in the closet. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, because of the timeline and everything, I didn't know if that was the case or what it was. I'm not going to judge. You know, I don't have a problem with it or anything.
No.
I just
we have a gay friend.
Yeah.
but yeah, so
that's like
he's not gay.
I have a black president. I can say this. I can say the N-word.
Obese, man. No, but that's a good question because you brought all that up, and I was like, huh, because you're like, they called me Snake, and I was like, but they never said what kind of snake.
Yeah, what kind of
snake? They never said solid snake. Because I remember you were asking, you were confused. You're like, am I solid snake? Am I liquid snake? I don't know what's going on.
That's kind of why I thought it was liquid snake at first, because like, oh well, you know, if solid snake wasn't a thing, if this is in the past, you know, before he got the name solid snake, then maybe liquid snake was just snake. I don't know,
dude. Now I'm wishing I was in a different alternate timeline where that's the path Kojima took, and this was in the fucking past. And you're playing.
What he means is he can't access that timeline right now because he can't remember anything from it.
I don't have a memory from there. Yeah, remember? I have to have a memory from there for me to travel to that time.
Yeah,
that would have been so fucking cool, man.
I think his full code name is Angsty Snake.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, he is very angsty. Yeah,
he says, Jesus.
Whip Snake, man. His name is Whip Snake. The way Rose treats something.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Oh my god!
You know what's crazy too is Kojima said Rose is how he would describe the perfect woman.
Really?
Yes. Rose is like his favorite female in all of the Metal Gear series, which is like
I'm all the power to him. I would not want a girlfriend or wife like that.
No, I couldn't say that. I don't like that at all. So anyways, you meet Mr.
Well, you encounter Vamp because I know you want to talk about Bliskin. But
Vamp, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Vamp does his dance, and I loved one thing that Kriss said in the stream is because he gets a codec call from Fortune. We don't know who she is yet, but he gets a call from someone he calls Queen, and they have like a full-on paragraph-long conversation while everything's going in slow motion, and Kriss literally goes,
"Yeah,
how slow is, or what would you say?
How fast are they talking?
Yes, how fast are they talking?
They can say all this while everything is going on in slow motion."
Yeah, and when he said that, I was like, "Holy shit! I'm so glad he noticed that." But also, that explains all of your codec calls while you're in the middle of like a gunfight.
True.
Like if you're like shooting and you're like, hold on, I got to call somebody.
Yeah.
Are you having a conversation that quickly?
It's a genome soldier thing, I guess. They get it's like the super soldier serum. It increases your strength and reflexes. You can hear faster, however that works. And
nanomachines.
Yeah, well, nanomachines. Yep.
I was gonna say, so we did talk about this at work yesterday for a brief moment about this section here, and I want to say that yes, it does look very silly that he spins and it doesn't get hit. The way he holds his knife, you could maybe say he blocked one of the bullets or two.
No. Nope.
So not even he can hit the knife, huh? Okay.
No, because there's the one scene where he throws his knife.
I know.
and they're still shooting at him, and he's just spinning in place. I don't have a problem with the spinning. That's not the thing. It's how is he dodging all the bullets?
He's not moving very fast either. Like,
well, no. Okay, so that's what I want to say. I think he is moving fast. It's just, except the conversation part. Except
so
for the
let me ask you this, German. Are you saying it's a Goku on Namek situation when he was fighting?
Oh, I'm out.
Who was it? Girder and Jace, I think it was, right? And they were like flying through him. They're like, why aren't we hitting him? But it was just he was moving so fast that they couldn't see him. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're claiming?
Not as fucking
I mean,
bad.
obviously not that to extent, right? But that's kind of what you're saying is like he's just moving so quickly that it's just moving right through, or appears to be moving through him. Okay.
Because I'm watching the
Because
cutscenes.
nanomachines.
Well, yes, absolutely, because nanomachines. Because I'm watching the cutscenes again. Because it helps me, kind of remember to bring up stuff or not.
Are you watching them on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
Play them at twice speed and tell me if it looks normal or if he is moving faster. Because that's what I was going to do. I was like, you know what? I'm going to record this. I'm going to put it in an editor, and I'm going to speed it up to what would be normal speed. And if he's not moving any faster, Vamp's full of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say 2 times speed, right?
Okay. Hold on. So, I'll get back to what I was trying to bring up. There's a scene where I believe it's Raiden. He jumps over Raiden.
Yes.
Raiden didn't even have time to trace
React.
him.
Yeah.
Like he puts and he jumps behind him. So that was just a jump. Hold on. Okay. Spinning at twice speed, it
looks normal, doesn't it?
It looks pretty. Yeah, it looks like you would be dodging more shit. But anyways, I think he's moving fast. I just think maybe they forgot to clean that section up and make him look faster than we saw.
Like I get what they're going for, but it's like they didn't execute it right, and it just he's not moving fast enough for our eyes. Maybe they were like,
and it could be limitations of technology and everything, because back in this time that would have been 30 frames a second. So
no, but it's not about frames per second, because all you have to do is just animate them at a faster speed. Like, it doesn't have to do with frames, it just has to do with animation.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
But like I say, because when he jumps behind you, like he literally can't track him, and so that tells me if that was just his jump, now him actually dodging bullets, he'd be trying to dodge bullets. So anyways, I will point this out. I will say this: I love Vamp. I really liked him.
Would you kiss him?
Despite him being weird, despite rewatching this and replaying this, and also even actually as my second playthrough, my third playthrough, I remember this section going like, you know what? Does look kind of anticlimactic the way he spun and dodged these bullets. You know, I still like Vamp. I still think he's a cool character.
I'm sorry. I still refuse to believe he dodged the bullets. Either the nanomachines just transported them through his body with magic, or he's immune or something, which he shows later he is. But anyway, we won't go to that yet.
Oh, okay.
You know what bullet he didn't dodge? In the movie Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
Do you know who the voice actor is?
For Vamp, Phil LaMarr, right?
Yeah, Phil LaMarr.
Oh, that's him?
He's Marvin in Pulp Fiction that gets shot in the head by John Travolta on accident in the car.
Oh, okay.
Funny, because he gets shot in here in accident by accident in this too.
Spoilers.
Sorry. Oh my god.
But yeah, that's. I thought about that as I was saying that. I was like, holy shit, he does get shot in the head the same way as Marvin does in Pulp Fiction.
But yeah, I always liked Vamp. I thought he was a cool character.
I do like him. I agree. He's cool. It's just this scene sucks for him. I think it's not done well.
He is the most interesting of all the characters I've met so far. I will say that.
So do you think he's really a vampire?
No.
Why
Although
we got psychics.
Yeah, no shit. No.
I mean,
we got shamans.
You had someone who could read people's minds. I wouldn't call it a psychic.
He could telepathically move shit around, bro.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
He was telekinesis. He was not an empath, telepath.
Yeah.
I don't know. A guy who can fucking ricochet bullets at any angle.
Yeah, no shit. He's technically a math magician or something, right?
Right? Revolve Russell is just like the greatest geometrist of all time.
Yeah.
So anyways, you met Mr. Pliskin.
Oh yeah, some lone fool comes in.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Like, where is he?
Who's
definitely I know that
not,
voice.
He's definitely not Solid Snake.
No,
he's definitely
even
not.
though he's played by David Hayter.
Hey, multiple voices voice multiple people.
So
that is true. Multiple voices voice multiple people. I like that. That should be a tongue twister.
That's just like my
say that 3 times fast.
Isn't that what you said? Wait, somebody said that while we were playing Metal Gear Solid 1.
What?
That multiple voices played by multiple people or some shit like that.
Probably you. So did you I guess what I'm trying to say is I was in this game, in this point in time, I was ready to kind of believe anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was so gullible only because like I knew where this game was going and how badass the first one was. When he says he's not Snake, I did think he was not Snake.
Really?
No, I didn't. No, for sure. I was like, this motherfucker Snake. Like, first of all, some dude in the exact same sneaking suit goes up the fucking elevator with the same mullet. Are you kidding me? And the same bandana. Like, it's almost like in your face. Like, is Kojima going like, okay, he's clearly not dead, bro. Come on.
Let me put it this way. I guess I skipped one crucial portion when he said he's not Snake, and I remember I was fighting my buddy about this one because we were playing this game, like at the same time, more or less. And I said, the Snake's dead. They said he's dead. He's like, nah, well, he's back. Well, they possibly had Dave's body. No, he's dead. He's dead. And then I said, well, Snake was a clone, if you remember. So, I mean, how do we know there's not a fucking warehouse full of snakes? And the one we know is fucking dead.
Yeah, but the one thing they did say, and I think it was Colonel that had mentioned it, that, oh yeah, Snake is definitely dead, blah, 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 we know. And it's like, but did you find a body?
He does.
But if you didn't they did find a body.
So this is a codec call that happens afterwards. I think it's I think when Kriss saved the second time, maybe third time, or maybe after. Is it after this part? I don't exactly remember, but
yeah.
Raiden asks.
Yeah.
Snake asks Rose if she can look up some classified files about if there's a body. So they haven't confirmed or denied at this point.
Okay.
But he does tell her to investigate if there was a body found.
I think I do remember her saying that, so I think it was just before I'd saved, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know yet at this point.
Yeah.
Because I'm also getting confused a little bit because I was watching Mr. Bacon there play as well back when he was playing this.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if... Yeah, so I might have crossed some information there. But
cross some wires.
Yeah. But anyways...
got confused with other timelines.
At the point in time, I was ready to believe that Snake died and that we're playing as another freaking clone of Snake, of a Big Boss.
So by the name of J.G. Pliskin.
What was it, like junior private, third class, junior grade, private, third class, or something?
Yeah. But fun fact, here we go. Mr. Pliskin, that's the name of the character from Escape from New York.
The Escape movies,
New York and L.A., right? Both of them.
Correct. Yeah. Snake Plissken, played by Kurt Russell, who Kojima sought after many times to play Snake's voice. And oddly enough, this year, I think I saw a video of like those Vanity Fairs where it's like Kurt Russell looks back at his iconic roles, and they talk about Escape from LA and Escape from New York, and they talk about how, like, they ask him about Metal Gear. I'm so glad he said no, because like he I don't think he would have been a good Snake.
No, I mean,
he didn't even have the attitude for it, because he pretty much said that, I'd already done that in the movies, and I just didn't feel like revisiting that same character. And I feel like he was confused, like he thought he was just going to play the same character in a video game. But I'm glad that he was just like, no, I've done this already. Like, I want to go do new things, which is honestly super understandable. Like, there's nothing worse than being fucking pigeonholed or typecast.
Well, and I think there's a and I'm sure anyone who does voice acting or stage acting would verify this. There's a big difference between doing voice acting and doing live acting, whether it's stage acting or in front of camera or whatever. Because when you're doing live acting, you can show your emotions, you can show your feelings. When you're doing voice acting, you have to portray that through your voice.
All of it through your voice, yeah.
It's almost harder, because you're, how do you? It's like communicating sarcasm through text,
Oh,
exactly,
yeah.
Without using emojis, yeah.
And even then, it's like, wait, what does this emoji mean? Are you crying or are you laughing? Crying? Or are you laughing? What are you doing? What is this?
But yeah, so it's Russell Crowe. That is who it was, right?
No, Russell Crowe is the gladiator.
Kurt Russell.
Oh, Kurt Russell. Sorry, yeah.
Making movies, making songs, and fighting around the world.
Yep.
Is a great actor. I agree with you that I don't think he would have done well as a voice actor in this case.
Yeah, I mean, he's great I love Kurt Russell. He's like one of my favorite actors of all time, but maybe younger I would have been like, yeah, he would have been great, but I was a dumbass teenager who didn't know shit. Like, I feel like David Hayter is Snake.
Yeah.
No one else will ever be Snake for me, and I really do think that actors should stay out of the voice acting realm, whether it be. Well, I mean, sometimes they do great.
There are a few
Robin
exceptions. Robin Williams is one, yes, for sure. But he's also very animated in his voice. He can do it with his actions, but his voice, too, is very animated.
Well, like I said, it's a certain skill. So if anyone's trying to break into it, they have to remember you won't be able to express yourself. You need to find a new way to express yourself. So I think people can do it.
Well, and it's one of those things where I think most people don't realize, like, you have to overact what you're doing.
Yes.
Like, I think a lot of people think, like, oh, that's too much, that's over the top. No. If you're thinking that, it's probably not enough. Like, you need to be, like, really wild with your voice and stuff. That's one thing, and this is kind of a meta comment I'm guessing I'm making. But, like, when we first started this podcast, that's one thing I definitely noticed was, like, there's a difference between live streaming and doing podcasts. Because I listened to the first few episodes, and I was like, I sound so flat and boring. But I didn't feel that way. It's just I'm not putting out through my voice, you know?
Yeah, it's because all of it was in your head, but it wasn't coming out of your mouth.
Or even if I'm moving my hands around, or I have a smile on my face, or laughing, or whatever, like it doesn't come through the same as if you're live streaming, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, another exception to that rule, I think, Patrick Warburton.
Oh yeah,
who's that?
He's in.
He's Crunk from Emperor's New Groove. He's fucking Brock Sampson from Venture Brothers. He's got that really deep voice.
All these things I don't know.
Oh my god, who else?
What else? Have you seen Rules of Engagement, the TV show?
Nope.
Okay. What else?
He's done some commercials in I think Geico. I think. Jesus, you got to look him up. Patrick Wahlberg. You'll know his voice instantly.
Yeah, he's very iconic.
You've seen Emperor's New Groove, right? He's a guy.
Yeah,
who
but I don't like that movie.
He doesn't change his voice. Let's just put it that way. He is who he is. That same character in every fucking thing he does.
Oh, the Tick.
Is he the Tick?
Yeah, he's
Patrick
the
Warburton?
Tick. Yeah, from the original.
From the original. Okay, I thought you meant the new series. Okay, yeah.
He plays Putty in Seinfeld. Yeah. Okay. Crunk now. Now I understand. Now I remember the big guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
I fucking love him. Oh,
I never saw. Don't hate me. I never saw the Tick. I knew of it. I just never got a chance to watch it.
Oh, that's all right. That was like a '90s. It was a live action Tick.
Have you
seen?
Show.
Have you seen the new one on? I think it's Amazon Prime.
No, I have not. I heard it's good.
It's really good. My wife and I both love it, and that's saying something because she's not into those kind of movies.
Oh, okay.
But we love it. It's so good.
My favorite role that this dude plays is in Ted. Did you watch the movie Ted with the teddy bear?
Yeah, but I don't remember it. But yeah.
So there's a part where, because it's like Mark Wahlberg and they all work at a used car sale, whatever. What is it called?
Used car sales lot?
Yeah, I guess. It still sounds wrong.
A car lot?
It does.
Used car lot?
Hold on, you guys. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
Please scream louder into your car stereo or whatever you're listening to this on. A used car dealership.
Okay.
Dealership. Why did that take forever? But this guy, Patrick Warburton. Yeah, no, that's Mark Wahlberg.
Patrick Warburton.
Jesus, yes. Warburton. God damn, what the hell's going on today?
If I just want to say this real quick, if anyone is out there thinking of doing a podcast and you're like, I'm not smart enough, there's no way I could do it, please let this tell you anyone can do it. Yeah, there's no minimum requirement because we were below that if there was.
There's no minimum.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, so they work at this dealership and Patrick Warburton is all beat up, right? And fucking Mark Wahlberg's like, hey, what happened to you? Like, you look like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I got real fucked up last night. And I think I'm like, I got beat up by a couple dudes or whatever. And he's like, what are you, like part of like a fight club? And they're like, yeah, I don't know. But like for some, like something he said is like, is it like a gay fight club? And he's, and he's just like, yeah, I don't know. I might be gay. I don't know. And then he just continues his conversation. But like just that scene like always cracks me up. And
I don't remember that. I've only seen Ted once. Okay.
Yeah, but that's my wife and I will quote that to each other. We'll just be like, I might be gay. I don't know. And we'll just like throw that in there. Oh, man. Anyways, we're still in the Vamp room.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Hold on. So while we're in the Vamp room, Snake does tell Raiden, because, they're...
Pliskin. Yeah, not Snake.
Okay.
Kurt Russell.
He does tell him, He goes, what about the leader of this?
Oh yeah, he says he saw the snake.
Yeah, and he goes, no, Snake's dead. And he says, his body was positively
Oh, he's the
ID.
one who says that.
So he does
okay.
say that, and then afterwards, later on, he asks Rose to fucking looking for some
Yeah,
information.
but if
Okay.
Snake himself is saying that could just
That's
as well
true.
be a red herring.
That
Pliskin
is,
said it.
that is very.
So that doesn't count.
But-
That's like
but-
me saying, "Oh yeah, I'm the best gamer in the world.
That's true. That's true.
Don't watch my streams."
But when they're having that conversation, now that I'm rewatching the scene here, I wanted to point out that they show scenes there that were in the trailer with him running through the water or running away from the water.
The shit that didn't happen.
Having a firefight inside of the little pantry room there.
Yes.
And I remember watching those.
Well, that did
scenes.
happen to Chris. I saw it,
Well, yeah, to Chris.
but he wasn't shooting back. He was just getting shot.
Yeah.
But I remember watching that and going like, oh man, like maybe more shit happened after, during that whole Metal Gear breaking out of the tanker and all that stuff. Maybe there was more shit going on.
That's what I thought too in my head.
Yeah. I was
That was
like,
my
maybe
headcanon.
there's a little bit more going on than what we saw. But anyways, yeah. So you get to that, and then Chris, I wanted to pull over and interact, but I couldn't, and
Well, you could. You chose not to.
well, I mean, I was kind of on the clock, so I couldn't either.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, we don't do that.
But so Chris did by accident what I kind of wanted him to do, anyways. You
Oh
went
yeah, he
up
pulled
to
the
this
gun on him.
You pulled the gun. I was like, what do you think you're doing or whatever? And you shot him, and then you kicked him. You
Oh yeah,
rolled
you're
into
beating
I
him
don't know.
up.
And he shoots you. And he's like, and then I was like laughing. I was like, "Ha, he did it!" And you're like, "Oh, that's Snake." I'm like, "Yes." Chris.
Oh yeah, he thought it was like a dead body or something.
So I thought it was one of the guards because I heard the sleeping, right? And so I was like, oh, there's someone over here. And then you hear him wake up. I was like, oh crap! Just instinctively start punching him. That's what I did. And he shoots me, and I was like, oh crap! He's fighting back. I gotta hit him again. And I kept hitting him, and he kept shooting me. I was like, why isn't he going down? And then finally, I pulled my gun. He's like, you don't want to do that. And I was like, oh, it's Snake.
Yeah, he says, what is it? He's like, think you can pull the trigger, kid, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and
the
then-
funniest part of that, German, that you didn't see because I was watching, Chris is he's not smiling, he's not laughing while he's doing
No.
this. He
I'm
is laser
confused.
focused.
Yeah.
He's like so focused on like beating whoever this guy is. He doesn't know who he is, and he's just
Like my mouth is hanging open, focused.
like he was trying so hard.
So it made me laugh because then I also heard. I think I did have it. I think I might have. Don't tell no one. I was probably at a red light or something because I did manage to text or a chat. When you're like, when did I get the UPS? And I was like, literally gets handed a gun
Yes,
and then
yes.
immediately asks, when did I get this?
Yeah, because I had the M9, and then it gives me other gun, and I'm like, wait, when did I get this?
Because he literally says, here, take this too. Was it?
Oh yeah, and he hands him smokes too, and he's like, I don't smoke.
Yeah. he
Yeah.
does. So now that you have that gun, and now that you made it further, because I didn't catch your second stream too much. What we haven't touched on this the UI much cleaner in this game versus
As far as like switching weapons and stuff? Or?
yeah well
Oh,
Oh
now
yeah,
Yeah.
because they give you
handguns
two
are-
options, right? Because now you
Yeah.
can group them, or it could be the classic way.
Oh, that's right. There is an option, huh?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
linear or group.
Okay.
Yeah. So is it grouping by default? I'm assuming.
Yes, group by default, which I used to hate. Like I was always like, don't change my.
Yeah,
fucking
you're like,
UI.
I want.
Oh, I love
everything.
it.
Oh
But
yeah,
I love the group now. Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense to have them classified. Not sure what other weapons you'll unlock, Chris, but yeah, just grouping makes it nice.
Well,
So
I
you don't-
spoiled C4, so.
I guess you did, yeah.
Oh, by the way, in this, since we're talking about like Easter eggs and shit, in this room, if you happen to pick up in the starting area where the little submarine room is,
Oh yeah.
there's a little electric shaver hidden somewhere. And if you pick it up and get to this point where you meet Pliskin, you hand him the electric razor because Pliskin has kind of like,
The 5 o'clock shadow.
well, no, he's got like it's not a, what kind of beard is it? It's like a, because he doesn't
Chin
have a,
strap?
yeah, thank you. That I'm like trying to describe it. Yes, a chin strap style beard, and then not to spoil, but later when you're talking to the bomb expert, you'll notice he's clean shaven.
Yeah. So Chris, I'm assuming you didn't find a shaver, right?
It did not.
Okay. I found it my first time ever playing this. I found it and he gave it to him, and I don't think I ever put two and two that later on he's clean shaven.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever noticed that. And then during one of my many playthroughs, I skipped it, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, he'll keep his beard if you don't
Yeah.
give him the shaver.
Because like I would collect it every time just because I would collect it. But I know I'm 99% sure I found my first playthrough because I was super excited to play Metal Gear. So again, by that point I think I had finally my memory card. So I was finally like, cool, I can finally play the rest of this goddamn game. So I was I found it. Kriss, now I don't remember if it was here.
Can we get out of this room?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Kind of. Yes and no. Okay. We'll make it.
We're spending as much time in this room as I did in the game IRL.
We are going in slow motion, just like Vamp in this room.
Yeah, we won't. We'll get out of here in a minute.
And yet talking at regular speed.
I was kind of happened to be watching your section when you were skipping a little bit, doing the bomb section.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this, and there's one in this room that took you forever to find, first and foremost. I remember when I was listening to your stream, there was a certain section where you found the bomb by accident. Was that this one, or was that something else?
I mean, I found a lot of the bombs by accident.
Before you had to spray them? Like, I'm talking like you hadn't even talked to
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right. I commented on a green blinky thing.
Yeah, where was that?
I don't remember.
But it wasn't this one then. Okay, that's all I want to say.
Think so.
Because I remember going like, oh man, I hope he shoots it. I'm like, please fucking shoot it, Kriss. Please fucking shoot it.
Oh yeah. You could totally shoot them. Yeah, just end the game right there.
Yeah. Because I want to say I found one because I remember I probably found the one in this room because I heard that blinking and I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, it's behind like the door.
Yep,
yeah.
I hit the pre-opened panels technically, if you will. And I remember I pushed the action button. And I was like, oh, what's this thing? And I'm pretty sure I shot it, and I'm pretty sure I fucked everything up. So.
Yeah.
Okay, let's leave that room. Next room is a pretty cool cutscene for me, actually.
Right, yeah. Now you get the BC connecting bridge where
it's
there's
Alpha,
a bunch of soldiers shooting. Huh?
It's Team Alpha, I believe it is.
Yeah, whoever they are.
Delta,
because Pliskin overhears on the radio that the rest of his team is getting like destroyed, and Raiden's like, "Why aren't you are you gonna answer him?" And he doesn't, and it's just like, maybe you should go. And Pliskin's like, "I'm gonna chill here. I'm old and shit. I can't get up. I'm gonna take a rest while you try to point a gun at my face." So then, so there's the rest of Alpha Team or whoever the fuck it is. They're shooting at this blonde chick who's got like a very like 80s style leotard going on.
Yeah.
I think that's what those are called.
And the very yellow lipstick.
Does she have yellow lipstick too?
Yeah.
Matches her hair?
Yeah. It's pretty much the same color, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's yellow lipstick. I think it's just maybe the shading of her lips. I'm not sure. But
Wait, have you met a human with just natural yellow shading to
Yeah.
their lips?
I said the shading.
They might want to go see a doctor.
You know what?
That's more than jaundice, dude.
Yeah.
Kriss is pointing out a lot of cool things. I mean, maybe it is lipstick. But yeah, the leotard you're talking about that she's wearing there.
It's super high on the waist, like on
sure.
the sides.
Oh, sure.
Like it's like hitting her ribs, pretty much. That's how high it is.
But it's still like it's still technically like a sneaking snoot because it does say U.S. Navy on the top.
Oh, it does, yeah.
So it's official. So she's not just wearing some fucking stripper outfit. It's officially issued by the
I mean, just
military.
because it says U.S. Navy does not mean it's official. I don't think.
Probably not. But I want to say it. But anyway, so they're shooting at her, and I remember watching this cutscene thing, and it was the coolest thing ever. Because these bullets are just the music's pretty cool. It's like a sexy saxophone-ish or whatever.
Yeah.
And whimsical. And these bullets are just whizzing by her. And
Yeah,
I thought it was fucking dope. I remember dude, this boss is gonna be badass when you get to fight her. It kind of reminded me also of Psycho Mantis, obviously. You're like, oh, I can't hit him.
Yeah.
And especially when she's like, like come, like kill me or something like that.
Which again, Vulcan Raven, or not Vulcan Raven? Who was it?
Gray Fox.
Gray Fox. Yeah.
Should I say it?
What?
Hurt me more.
So she's and oh, by the way, so not only is the cool music, everything's whizzing by her, but she's holding this badass freaking gun, and I was like,
that
dude,
giant rail
I
gun
want
thing,
to fucking fight this chick so bad. Now the part that I did think was kind of weird, and every time I saw this when they shoot that grenade at her, that YouTube, I never picked this up, but the guys say it's a dud. I think, right? A dud?
Oh, so you skipped to a part that I really love. So, because they're shooting at her, and then one of the guys goes like grenades, and throws a grenade, and it like dies there, and then he just goes it's a dud.
No,
But just like,
well, he shoots it from the noob tube and the gun up, right?
yeah, he has like a grenade launcher. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
not that he throws it, but yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
shoots it from a grenade launcher. But just the way he delivers, like, it's a dud.
Yeah.
It's just one of the funniest lines ever.
And I think I commented on this in the thing where they clearly say grenades with the S, so it's
Right, and they
plural.
only shoot one.
And then they shoot one. It's a dud. Let's not try that again.
Let's not try the other ones.
Yeah.
So with that said, I remember thinking hard that he says it's a dud. A dud means it was faulty.
Right.
So I was like, why would you say it's a dud when you literally guys were saying that nothing hits her? I don't know. Get what I'm saying? It felt a little out of place to say it's a dud versus saying like, shit, even that didn't work or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Well, they're probably not putting two and two together that whatever, nothing can hit her. I don't know. It's they're probably just as in shock as everybody else. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Because now thinking, even actually not now, even back then, I was thinking like, why didn't like it explode and the explosion, not hurt her, just kind of whiz around her? Would have been kind of cooler. Maybe time, maybe they didn't think about it or limitations. But I think that would have been much cooler to see like this thing explode midair and then just the fire or shrapnel or whatever the hell.
Oh, okay, just go around her?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That'd be kind of cool.
Instead of just blunk, it's a dud. I still remember thinking that was such a weird, another nerd. Did you say nerd? It's a dud. And then that's it,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so glad that line is there because it cracks me up every time I hear it. I'm like, this is dumb. It's
Yeah.
a dud.
But yeah, so then they all get blown to smithereens by this.
Oh yeah, she blows up the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the way, she has the president next to her.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right before that.
And he's got a football, as they call it.
Yeah, I was confused by that, but sure. I guess that's a real term, right? They call it the football? Okay.
Yeah, the football. So he's got like detonation codes or some shit handcuffed to his wrist.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is, right?
I mean, that's what it is, yeah.
That's what presidents carry around, right?
Yeah.
That explains why Trump never had one, because the cuffs would slide right off his tiny hands.
But no, I remember being super confused on that, like the football. I remember being like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, all right, I guess it's this briefcase and its nickname. I was confused until some other movie many years after this game.
I think I learned it from another movie too.
Yeah, and they called the football, and I was like, oh shit, I've heard that before. And I was like, oh, nuclear codes, Metal Gear, football.
There's nothing more American than football.
But yeah, so anyways, you get your little glimpse at because what's his name, Vamp comes out, picks up the president with one fucking hand, just puts him over his shoulder.
He just like no effort at all, like it was a fucking duffel bag. Like, I got it.
Yeah.
No, and yeah, I mean, and the president's like stiff as a board too when he picks him up too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you get that cool. I thought that was one of my favorite cutscenes for sure.
Yeah.
What happens after that?
Yeah, Chris, what happens? You go north.
That's where you go and find the bomb guy, right? The NYPD guy.
Yes.
And he's in the sea.
But you were oogling a bunch of girls in the bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going through the bathrooms and I was like, oh, what's this? And I like that they I don't remember if it did it in the stalls. I don't think it did. But if you go up to the urinals and then walk away, it flushes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And then the air dryers, if you go up to those, it'll activate too. So I appreciate those little details. I like
stalls do as
stuff
well,
like
but
that.
I can't quote on that right now.
I don't think so because I hid it a couple times. I don't remember it flushing. I could have missed it because most of the time I was hiding them. I was running from other people, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I you eventually go to that room and you find the guy who's like the bomb squad expert or
What's
whatever.
his name again?
Peter Stillman.
Peter Stillman.
Yeah, still. That's
And guess who he's voiced by?
Oh, hold on, tell me. Okay, I'll give it.
So he voiced the DARPA chief in the first game under a pseudonym. But German, you know his name because you told me he voices somebody else in like some other anime or something.
Sure. I don't know his name personally, but it's the guy who does the Grim Reaper. Then, so he does the DARPA chief. This is him.
The Grim Reaper in what?
In
Billy
Billy and Mandy.
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
not
That's what I
cartoon.
mentioned. Yeah.
Okay. Is it?
Oh
is
wait,
it
no,
Glenn,
no.
Glenn Eagles or Greg Eagles?
One of those. But that's what I'm saying. No, it's not the DARPA chief. As far as I know, he did Gray Fox, according to the IMDb.
And Gray Fox.
Oh, and Gray Fox. Oh, okay.
See, multiple voices voice multiple people.
Oh, and
it comes
you're
back.
right. I think his real name is Greg Eagles, but
Greg Eagles. Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah.
And then the name he went under was Glenn. eagles or some shit, right?
No,
No?
what is it? Dang it. God, I just put my phone down. It's,
Don't do that.
don't do that. Really, internet? I just need to know.
No.
Well, anyway, so now that you mention it, I can hear that voice. I can hear Grim Reaper, 100%. Chris,
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about, right? You know the
Yeah.
Grim Reaper, right?
Billy and Mandy, yeah.
Do you hear it?
I don't personally, but it's been years since I've seen that, so
Okay.
I'll have to listen to them kind of side by side.
Okay.
Because I'm terrible with voices.
Okay. I didn't really care for Billy and Mandy. Didn't really watch it much, but as a kid,
Yeah,
if
it wasn't great.
Cartoons,
Yeah.
I watched it. I
Yeah.
didn't care. But yeah, it's definitely Grim Reaper. Just Grim Reaper had a little bit more Jamaican accent or something, so it had a little bit more flair to it. But yeah, so you meet Mr. Stillman. I forgot. I always remember there being more after the Fortune cutscene before Stillman. I thought there was like a whole nother freaking bridge or a whole nother strip, but no, it's right there. It's a dining hall.
Yeah. And then he hides in the pantry, and I remember one of the first things I did was knock on the door.
Okay.
And I was like, "What happens?" And he keeps saying, "I'm fine. Go ahead. I'm fine. Go ahead. I'm fine." And I was looking. I don't think I was necessarily looking for like Easter eggs. That was just one of those things, like I did with Johnny in the first Metal Gear Solid game, where you just keep knocking. Shut up in there. I was doing that kind of thing to see if he would get annoyed. And he had two things that he would say on repeat, and I was like, oh, okay, fine.
Well,
because I think one of the things he said was like, if you need help, call me.
George Bird.
George Bird? Okay. So Bird,
Yeah.
Eagle, Bird.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even make that connection.
If you can shoot at the door, and I think he'll say something else to you.
Okay, I didn't try that.
But
I don't think I've ever tried that either. What the heck?
But I want to say, Chris, that eventually you will piss him off, and he'll just will say ... I think.
Interesting.
Because
I did it because it was a 2 message on repeat. I probably heard them like each 3 times, so I did it like 6 or 7 times maybe.
Oh no, I mean like a lot. Like to
okay.
get some. I want to say he eventually does it. I'll retry it when I'll play it again.
Which, by the way, there's an unskippable cutscene in this part. So the part where it's like where you're in first person and he's like explaining to you like you're 5 on how to disarm a bomb.
Yeah.
Which I'm so glad it was there, because if they didn't, I know Chris would have been like, wait, how do I disarm these?
He would have been like, when did I get this coolant?
Yeah.
What's this coolant for?
Throw it away. I don't need this.
I know you did ask if you could run out of it, and I remember I for sure was like, can I run out of this shit? And you can't, which makes no sense. So
in one burst, yes. So if you hold it,
sure.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Eventually it'll just be like, but then
which was what made me think like, can you? Because I remember it like kind of sputtered, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't just use that all the time in case it is limited.
Could you imagine if you had ran out and you had to come back to him to get more?
Oh no.
I mean,
that is such a Kojima thing. I'm surprised
I was gonna say, it seems like something they would put in this game. Like, not that like you can't mess around with it a little bit or like have some wiggle room, but like if you use it a lot, like, okay, you're out of coolant now, you're screwed. Like you have to restart or you're soft locked or something. Like I could see them doing something like that. But yeah, I wasn't sure because it started smuttering. I was like, oh, and I let go immediately, and I was like, can you run out of this? So
yeah, Kojima games walk that tightrope of like between fun and like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
What are you? Why?
So now that you know you can't run out, you can use it on guards too, Chris. You can fuck with them.
Oh yes. So I think I was telling he who shall not be named, because I think it was when he was in the tanker and I was watching him play, and he was telling somebody that you can pick up sleeping, or that you can wake up sleeping soldiers by picking them up and dropping them over and over and over. And I told him, I was like, if you lay them down on like the stairs or something, so that their heads are like a little bit higher, you can go into first person and just like punch them, and they'll wake up a lot faster that way.
You told me that.
But also, this coolant will also wake them up.
Yep, coolant does wake them up.
Because I remember he said that to me. He's like, oh yeah, and later in the plant you can use the coolant. I'm like, yep.
There's something else I kind of want to try with the coolant now that you mentioned you can mess with the guards.
What's that?
And if it's, I don't want you to tell me the answer, but I kind of want to mess with their radios, because I know, Noise, you taught me if you shoot their radios, they can't use them anymore.
Yes.
And so I'm wondering if you use the coolant on them, if it has a similar effect, or if it does nothing, or how
give
that
it a shot.
Yeah, I want to. So I'll probably forget, like I do everything. So
you know what? Now here's something you got me thinking, and I want to say I did this, but I don't remember. On the bugs, the cockroaches, what do they call
the
them?
bugs?
The sea something. sea bugs. I think is what they're called officially. I know,
Right, I think
wanna
that's what
say
they're
you can
labeled as.
Do something with them. Sea
It-
lice. I think it's called sea lice.
Oh, they're lice. Okay.
I want to say you can do something with them. I just don't remember what with the coolant. So
The coolant makes them scatter.
scatter, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you would need that, but yeah, you can make them scatter. Just,
Yeah.
just another little detail if you want.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I do remember doing what Kriss did though. I crunched the fuck out of those guys.
Yeah, just stepping on them.
Sat there,
crunch,
crunched them
crunch,
up.
crunch, crunch, crunch.
And then I think I don't remember if it worked or not, but I remember like punching the wall, the ones that are on the wall there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't remember if that worked or not, but I did try that. So
If
I
you
wonder if you have to like press against it and knock on the wall, maybe.
that's the only way to
That'll-
knock on the wall, isn't it? It's press against.
No, but
it?
I mean to crunch them,
Oh yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
Oh, I know for sure if you lay down in them and then go in first person, they'll start crawling all over your fucking face too. I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, all over your camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then we get this whole speech with Mr. Stillman here,
Yep.
and then you gotta go on a fucking bomb. And I remember when I got this, I was like, hey, I already found like 2 of them because I remember hearing that fucking sound, you know, and I was like, I know what it is, you know.
Did they make a sound? Because I thought that wasn't until you get sensor B.
No, they make
No.
a sound.
No,
They make a
okay.
sound from the beginning.
You can hear that loud chirp. So I don't know if
Okay.
you're playing with volume, but you can hear it. The one that you couldn't find in the vamp room. Like I remember, I think it was Hey Jay or whoever was telling you. You were like, they were like, you're super close. You're like, you're right
Yeah,
there.
that's right. Okay, I do remember hearing them now. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
get
because sensor A is just like it shows you the smell,
Yeah.
but it's like really small. And I think sensor B, what does sensor B do?
It does like a it's based on their radio frequency or something, I think you said, and it picks it up and it turns it into a sound, and the closer you are, the more often it does that sound, or the closer together they are or something.
You know
Is
what?
that what B does?
It's
Yeah.
again, yes, because I remember I was listening to that part where they were telling it to Kriss, and he says it's in the pantry or whatever. Go get it. I don't remember obviously I had to do that the first time I ever played it, but I never.
I just
used
know
it.
where they all are,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't know what I do.
I've never equipped it ever since my first playthrough. So that's a good question, or a good point to bring up. That it's supposed to be, it beeps, right, and it just beeps faster the closer.
Yeah, the faster it beeps, the closer you are. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
we did this. We did it our first playthrough ever.
Yeah, I
but
guess.
we haven't done it since.
And
now-
by the way, depending on the difficulty,
Yep.
it's how many bombs
Yep.
there are.
Yep. There's more
Yeah, because
bombs.
extreme gets pretty nuts.
They're hidden pretty good too, actually.
Yeah, does normal have the one on the conveyor?
I don't think
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So yeah, there's one in the conveyor.
Yeah, so in strut E, that whole little area
Yeah.
with the boxes.
I-
there's
Which
one
I
attached
tried
to
getting
it.
on there with the box and it didn't work. I was a little sad about that.
Did you have a box already?
Yeah, I had I think 3 by that point.
Whoa, you already got 3 boxes?
Yeah, I got 2, 3, and 5. I think.
No, you don't have 5. That's for sure.
I don't. Okay, 2,
Oh,
3,
wait.
and 4 maybe.
You have.
I'm pretty sure one of them was 5.
And you went on the conveyor belt, and you couldn't.
I tried to.
So I'll tell you a little something, just because you did try. If you get on top of the part where, like, you could stand on the part next to the conveyor belt.
Mm-hmm.
If you equip one of the boxes there, just wait a minute and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I did was I got on. There was a part where it's like it's just like a table, I guess is the best way I can describe it. So it's not where the boxes are coming from, like those openings. It's like just a flat open area next to where the conveyor's belts are. And I tried doing that, and I got into a box, and I tried walking onto it, and that didn't work. And I changed boxes, I think twice. I could be wrong, and those didn't work either. So I was like, oh, it must not work.
Nope. You have to stay still for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that I think about it, this is fucking Ghost Babel.
The conveyor room,
belts. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking too. It was like, oh, conveyor belts. I can
Yeah,
go
that's
into a box and move around or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
even make that connection until just now.
Yeah, and again, because we never played Ghost Babel, but I think that's fucking awesome. This is definitely a callback to Ghost Babel, right?
Which direction did you go, Kriss, to look for bombs? Did you go clockwise or counterclockwise?
I don't think I had a set direction because at one point I had like I didn't go from one to the next one. It was like the first one I got was
You were just in a fucking panic, just running around.
I was probably looking the first 20 to 30 minutes I was supposed to look for bombs. I probably didn't even know what I was supposed to be doing, honestly. Because I think it was like I had remembered at one point like, oh, what am I supposed to be doing? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be looking for bombs. And I don't remember if I had said that or if I just thought it. And Hey Jay in my chat was like, remember what you're supposed to be doing? And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
And Hey Jay's been such a great sport through all this. Like he's played through these games. He knows how they work and everything. And he made the joke yesterday that he had chewed through a board of wood watching my gameplay. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I know you're having fun and everything, and I appreciate that. And everyone who comes to my streams, for the most part, they know what's going on. But there was one guy who showed up in my stream. I think it was yesterday. His name was Big Z, I think it was. He phrased it so well. He says, "This is so difficult to watch. At the same time, it's so entertaining."
Yeah.
And it sums it up so well. Like anyone who's played these games, like they see me play and they're like, "What the hell are you doing? What's wrong with you? What's your problem?" At the same time, I'm doing such stupid stuff that you can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
You know, well, most people. I understand there are some people who don't like that stuff, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
I want to talk to the people that come into your stream and go like, "What the fuck," and then just leave.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's one of you, if you happen to watch my streams, please comment below and let us know.
Yeah.
Well, like you said,
What made you leave?
Yeah.
At what moment did you just?
How long
did
or
you
how
just-
short were you there?
Did you just stand up and walk out of the room and leave the stream going?
insert SpongeBob I'm a head out meme.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I think maybe Chris, like you said, you do such, I guess, how did you phrase it, silly things or dumb things or whatever you kind of said, that people kind of realize, at least some people end up realizing, like, oh, because it's on your bio or whatever, right? The world's worst gamer or whatever.
World's worst gamer, yeah.
And you say, like, it says, like, I play games and I suck at them or something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, people kind of do realize, like, huh, yeah, I guess he does suck. All right, I guess he's not lying. He's not claiming to be the best gamer ever.
It's like watching someone who's never played video games try to play a video game.
Honestly, yeah.
Except I have over 20 years of experience.
I wonder, I was going to say this. I haven't really been fucking around with the posters much, but I feel like some of them might have changed.
From the original?
Uh-huh.
I don't think so. I think they're all the same.
I think they're all
I know you said that one of the pictures in the tanker
was different
by the bar.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that was the same picture because I went through the emulator and I was like, wait, you made me question it, but now I don't remember what it was.
No, and I think that one was the same because I think I might have admitted in the cast or to myself or somewhere else that I think I was confusing it with a poster in the plant.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know, for some reason, again, maybe because I don't remember every poster that's there, but some of those images, I'm like, was this one here? Or was it something different? It just feels off. But
yeah, because there's like some lady laying in the beach in the room with the orange boxes, right? Next to Peter Stillman in the mess hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know there's that. Then there's like a blonde chick in a bathing suit in the men's bathroom stall, I think.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember all the other ones, but those are the ones like I mostly
There was one
remember.
in a locker somewhere that I had seen.
Bunch, yeah. Yeah, Plant has a ton of fucking posters. I was gonna say, Chris, I did notice at one point you're bleeding and you're like, oh, I have bandages.
Yep.
You do know when you put a bandage though, you lose the ability to recover extra free HP, right?
I did notice that, yeah.
Okay.
So it's definitely a trade-off. I would only try to use those if I was actively being chased.
Okay.
Because obviously someone's chasing you, can't just, it's not recommended to just crouch down because they will see you and continue to shoot you. They don't seem to care if you're kneeling to heal,
No.
and it's kind of rude. But anyway.
Which, by the way, Ryden looks like he's taking a shit when he kneels down.
Yeah. But yeah, so I only used that like if I was being chased or if I had to move or something. But yeah, I definitely caught on to that. Like, oh, I don't get the free health regained from that or whatever. Yeah,
because you get a good amount back if you ever can crouch. And I mentioned it last time that they will follow your blood trails. So anyways,
which way do you usually go, German, when you're doing the bomb disposal?
Usually I go back the way I came from because you got to go
counterclockwise.
Yeah, because you got to go back to him anyways for.
Well, either way you go, you end up back in the same spot.
I guess you do. I think I've always just went back to the rooms that I already know before I go to new rooms.
Yeah, I think that's what I do too.
I hate the what is it called, the recycling area, whatever that the one where it's got like something in the middle and it's like a hexagon. You know what I'm talking about? with the water. Yeah.
And the little hatches on the floor.
Oh, that's Strut C.
I hate that.
No, it's not. Strut C is
it's D.
the food. Yeah.
C is where Stillman is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you immediately go to the right, then it's straight to yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that one and that box room, the conveyor room, especially on hard difficulties because the fucking guards are kind of hard to.
So the room that I don't really like or that I didn't like, was F.
Which one's F?
The one with the where you get the M9.
Oh yeah, that one.
That one used to really like
Mm.
give me such a hard time, not because of the bomb disposal, but just knowing where
guards.
everybody was. Yeah.
Well, and especially because I was gonna say in the tanker, nobody does that. Nobody does the reporting back, right? It starts here, right, in the plant where they like nothing to report, right?
No, that's not true.
No, they do it in tanker.
Yeah, because I remember one of the dude where the bar is and all that shit, the
Okay.
cruise quarters.
Oh, okay.
The guy that's walking back and forth,
Oh,
or the guy or the other guy who ends up just sitting on the stairs.
even in the engine room, there's the one that does it. You're right.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
you have to they'll go searching for him.
Did they do that on all difficulties, or is it just on harder one?
It's a good question. I think if that particular soldier is not spawned in, whatever
Mhm.
difficulty it is, then no.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, but if it is that one guy, so it probably starts on like normal or something.
I was gonna say probably normal, which is funny because like again, it's like first of all, it was kind of cool to see this whole like you can't just knock them out and forget about all of them because someone
Just
has to
leave them on the
report
floor.
in. Yeah, so they're like, why haven't you called in? By the way, it's the same fucking voice from the tanker, which sounds like
Yeah, they're all the
Kurkovich.
same. Yeah.
Well, is it okay in the tanker? Going back to tanker, was it Gorlukovich that was always making these like why it's like what's going on, sending reinforcements, or was it some other unknown command?
I never
lieutenant?
actually thought. Yeah, I never actually thought if it was Gorlukovich or not.
I always thought it was Gorlukovich. That's why
I always
in
thought it
this
was just
section,
another Russian
some other
soldier.
dude, some other
Yeah.
command post.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't really consider that either.
Yeah, I always thought it was Gorlukovich. But anyways, so yeah, so
I guess it does sound like him, doesn't it?
yeah, it does to me. But
Especially when he has that conversation with Olga.
yeah, exactly. So what's funny is like when one of them fails to report, and they're like, "Why haven't you reported? Why sending guards?"
Respond.
They come in, they go like, "Oh, hey, wall soldier,
Yeah.
or whatever," and they fucking bounce. That's it.
Nothing else to report.
Nothing else to report. Never mind the guy that's fucking MIA.
I think if you kill him or kill somebody and leave the body there, they'll send someone to replace him.
I believe you're right. I believe they replace
Right?
him. Yeah, that's why you better just hide him.
Yeah, because otherwise it just keeps sending the same guy over and over.
Mm-hmm.
With the same dog tag, by the way.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you accidentally kill him, leave him there.
And make
and
sure
they'll
he gets
replace
caught.
him. Yep, and then you can grab the other guy and set the same dog tags.
I've never done that, but yeah, I remember I'd wasted so many fucking tranks when they come in and they just kind of keep waking each other up, and you're like, just
Yeah, and they
fucking
keep falling.
stay down, you bitch.
One of them kicks the other one awake,
Yep.
and
And then and you're like, and you shoot him because you kind of keep missing the head. You're like, shoot him in the arm, shoot him in the arm, shoot him. You're like, before he kicks him, and he kicks him, and then he falls asleep. You piece of shit.
yeah, yeah.
And the other one,
It's like a
gets so-
cartoon, dude.
Yeah, it really is. It's super fucking funny.
But yeah, that guy in Strut F, he's upstairs and he's on the south part of it. That guy I always had a problem with, and I'm like, dude, I just need to take care of him, and if I take care of him, the
Yeah.
rest of the room is fine. But for some reason, I used to have such a problem, and now I'll just fucking I'll just run through, I'll cartwheel through his ass. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that guy.
No, but like you said, yeah, F was a bit of a annoying room as well.
And also to find the damn bomb is like, where the fuck is it? And you have to like drop down from the second floor.
Yeah. I actually found it pretty quickly because like there's magazines there, right? Or no?
Yes,
Are they there?
I think this is where you get introduced to magazines that you can put on the floor.
And
Which is another mechanic that I've never
used too much.
I'm sure I use it.
Is that what that magazine is for? Up on those boxes?
Yeah.
Or the crates?
Yeah. So what you do is you use it and you put it down on the floor pretty
Mm-hmm.
much, and it's like a Playboy or something.
Yeah. I figured it was a dirty magazine. Based
Yeah,
on the
and
fact that there's
so-
a woman on the cover. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's no, dude, it's a very elegant and
Yeah.
elegant way.
We read it for the articles.
For
Exactly.
the articles, exactly. And if a guard sees it, he'll be like, "Whoa!" And then he'll like drop down to his knees and just like oogle it like at point blank range. Like he'll be like
Wow.
his face will be like 2 inches away from the paper.
And
And,
it
yeah.
lasts for a while, I believe. I think it's not infinite, but yeah, he'll Google it for a while.
I think depending on the difficulty.
Maybe. Anyways, but yeah, the freaking I hated that room as well.
Oh, and by the way, Chris found I don't know if he got to keep it because he died right afterwards, but he found the SOCOM suppressor,
Oh, cool.
I did. I think I kept it.
which yes, he does not give him a USB. He gives him a SOCOM.
Yeah, I think I kept it because Hey Jay had commented he was streaming today, and I was in there and we were talking about it, and he had commented on how I spent the time doing that during the timer scene
Yes.
and didn't even equip it.
So a meme that ended up happening, I remember now, is man on timer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so we
such
just
and
kept,
such, yep.
yeah, down on man on timer, fucking doing this and that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Did
Man on timer goes the wrong way.
Man on timer spends time chatting, talking to chat.
Yeah, it didn't even pause it. He would just look away and start reading chat. Like, oh my god.
What about the bomb, Kriss? Did you have any problems with the bomb that you got to crawl underneath like little pipes or big old?
I did.
Pipe?
Yeah,
You
that
did?
took me
Oh,
a
in
good
straight A?
like
Is it a yeah?
30, 40 minutes. Yeah.
Really? I remember that one
Because I saw where it was. I just didn't know how to get there.
I think it took me first playthrough. It took me a while to realize I had to crawl under those pipes. But I kind of hated that one too because it was kind of like, so you're telling
It's
me
so
you can't
slow.
jump over? Well, yeah, but it's like I can't jump over these fucking pipes. I really can't just force myself to jump these fucking things. There's no gate. They're not electrified or nothing like that. You know, they're not hot.
That's what I
pipes
was thinking
as
too.
far as
Was
we
there
can
was some
think.
lower ones, and I was like, why can't I just jump over this? I can jump on top of boxes.
Yeah,
but why
I
can't
always
jump this?
hated
Yeah.
that to me, one thing I hate about games is like forced
Ledges.
mechanics or stuff like that. Yeah, where you're like, okay, like I
Like,
just-
what is it? What is it? Awesome Evil 4, whatever. Like, where they're doing Resident Evil 4, but like they did Metal Gear Awesome.
what? No, I don't know.
Yeah, they did one for Resident Evil 4, and like literally there's a part where he's just like, he's walking against this ledge, and it's just like waist high, and it's just like, what the hell? Why can't I walk over this thing? Like, it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah. Again, like that to me always throws me out of the game. Is like one example I always say is like God of War, for example, would be like you're taking down these monster titans and climbing up this fucking wall by shoving your sword inside of the bricks, you know, slamming, you know, climbing. And then you get to a section and there's a gate and you have to do this whole puzzle to get a log to come down and bust open the gate. And you're like,
Yep.
motherfucker, you would just literally rip the Gorgon's head off and you can't bust down this gate with your bare hands. Like, come on, dude.
Or climb over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
go around.
I hate that shit.
There was another meme that came. I think it was shortly after. No, it was from the bomb part you're talking about. Where crawling under the stuff. Where I had finally done that, and Hey Jay had mentioned, and I love the way he phrased this because it's so me. He says, "Now all you have to do is get out of here without dying," and that there is the challenge.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of nerds, I want to say on
Who was speaking of nerds?
Well, I am.
German was having a whole different conversation in his head
No.
on a different timeline.
No.
Yeah.
I know. And the other one, I'm the fucking the host. Anyways. No. I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong if you remember this noise. On easy, I think you just activate one node and then they're all fucking the map.
No.
No, you still have to do each one.
No, for some reason you still have to do all
Oh
of
shit.
them.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was you did one and they were all ready. But okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but as far as I remember, you still had to activate all of them because, like, I don't know, like they just didn't want to give you the map right away or some shit.
Yeah. I remember it obviously being like that's one of the first things you want to do is hit the fucking map because you forget how much you kind of rely on it.
You rely on it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you do a lot, unfortunately. Now again, you can always turn it off in one of the options, but yeah,
Which I had done quite by accident at one point.
Oh,
Oh
did
my
you?
god.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize until like, gosh, it'd been probably a half hour.
I was gonna say how long
maybe.
before you realized it wasn't.
And
there?
I was like, wait, where's my radar? Why is it never popping up? Like, I already activated this area. And it was one of those things where I'd gone back to one of those nodes and oh, you can do different stuff. And I must have been just pressing buttons or trying to get out of it or something. And I turned it off and I went out and yeah, it took me a while to realize, but I was like, wait, where's my radar? Where'd it go?
That was very Canadian of you just now, by the way. One of those nudes.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? One of the nodes. uh, so yeah, so what do? You freeze all these bombs.
Mm-hmm. So the last one I got was in Strut B, which worked perfectly for me because after that you had to go back to Strut C. So I was like, oh, I'm right here.
Right. Yes, and then Stillman like says he's gonna go after Fat Man himself.
Yeah, because he's like,
And
oh,
leaves
he's
you
changed his ways or he's upgraded himself or whatever. He's doing
Yeah, and he
different
leaves you
things.
sensor
Yeah.
B, and then that's okay. That explains why the sound, because on the other ones he leaves like his own cologne or some shit on there, and that's what the first sensor was looking at.
Well, I just, like, again, I get, like they want to portray, like, oh, this is all surprising, these are plot twists and everything, but, like, he talks about, like, oh, he's changing, he's doing it differently, and Raiden's like, what? And it's like, he just said, he's doing things differently. It's not that surprising, is it? Like, it really isn't.
No. Mortal Kombat? Raiden?
Yeah, Raiden, sorry.
Oh.
Spelled the same way, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, I thought that was going to be a thing when he got electrocuted. I was like, really? Are they paying homage to that? Like, is that a
maybe?
Yeah,
I mean, technically, I think that's no wait. Why is he named Raiden? Nope, they explain that way later. Never mind.
Okay. Oh yeah. Anyways, hey, there's something that we kind of glossed over during this bomb mission section. Yeah, Mr. X.
Huh?
Oh yeah, Deep Throat.
Yeah, you get the call from Deep Throat.
Oh, and the EF connecting bridge because there are landmines there.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what, that's what Mr. X says?
Mm-hmm.
So what's up with that?
Yeah. I honestly didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, he's back. Whatever. Move on.
well, you saw the trailer. So.
Kriss is literally like fucking Neo in the Matrix, where he's just like, I'm just gonna go with the flow, man.
Well, like
what? You want to pull out a little bug out of my stomach? That's fine. Go ahead.
By this point, and I knew I had to pay attention to everything, and I knew that, and I'm trying to, but I was so tired of all the freaking codec calls and tutorials and stuff. By this point, it's like, can we just get this over with? Can we just move on? Like, you're not telling me anything I don't already know, or that's like super important to me.
Super important.
Like,
sure.
it's just can we not?
And I think it's also because they're all directly referencing the first game, right? They're all just like, okay, I've heard this before. Yes, I've heard this. Okay, there are landmines there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's a room full of people, all bloodied up. Okay, gotcha. It's like, this is checking all the Metal Gear check marks, without like, is this what the game's gonna be? Like, that's how I felt the whole time. I was like, okay, I get it. You're paying homage to your own game, but are you just copy pasting? Like, what the fuck is going on?
And like, I get, like, in the time, this didn't come out right after the first game, and so odds are, if you played the first game, you waited years or however long, months even, to play the second one. And I get that wasn't the case for me, and I understand that's like not a normal circumstance.
Yeah, so it's real fresh to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also, at the same time, like I said, I don't like it when games do that. They just shove this in your face. It's one thing if they do it all in the beginning and get it over with. That's fine. I can deal with that.
Okay.
Don't let me move 3 feet and then do another codec call.
Yeah. I get you.
Like, if I have control of my character, cool, I can start playing. Nope. Sorry.
Yeah.
The best part is when every single time Raiden, like almost every single time, he would disarm one, he would call Stillman and report, like,
he does it the first time, the third, the fifth, and then the last one.
Yeah, he's like, I've disarmed the bomb on strut D.
And he's like, good fucking job, doing more,
dude.
Stop calling me, Raiden.
Right?
No, that's what I was gonna say, because we're playing these back to back. I want to know, like, how Kriss will experience these, because again, like you said, we had to wait years for the
So it probably felt good to us, like, oh, this is like Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But back to back, you're like, oh, god damn it, this is just like Metal Gear Solid 1.
Well, I equate it to if you're watching a TV show on cable or something, it's on once a week, a couple times a month, whatever, and it gets to the season finale, and it's ended, and now you got to wait 6 months for the next one, or 3 months, or 4 months, or whatever, and then the
finale, you're probably waiting a year, bro. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then, the next season starts and they preview, and, oh, this is what happened last season. Like, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But when you're watching those shows, like on a streaming service, especially if you're binging it.
Yes. Hey, do you remember what you just watched?
Yeah, we just watched this. Like, what?
Yeah. Or worse, when the first episode of the new season is like half of it is the ending of the line. You're like, I already saw this. Like, let's go.
Dragon Ball.
Lost.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm backing up my own show.
Yeah.
Wait, so the timer isn't there when you're doing these small bombs. The timer's there when you're looking for the last.
Yeah, no, the timer was not
right?
there for the small bombs, just the
Oh,
big
okay.
one. Because I took hours, literal hours, to get those bombs. Like, it was bad. And it was one of those things where I progressively started getting faster and faster, and I could tell that. but it was just funny to me. Like it was literally taking hours because it
I
took
just
me.
pictured a montage of Kriss like getting stronger, like just finding the same bombs he's found for the past hour.
Pretty much. But yeah, like as I went by, with the exception of that last one that took me way too long, and Strut B. And again, Hey JW is absolutely a saint for sticking around through all this whole thing. And I know he's played these games. I know he enjoys them. And I know that it's hard for him to watch. And he stuck around anyway, and he's just awesome. Anyone who sticks around during my streams at all is awesome, let alone during games that they love and cherish and everything like that. Like, it's just, it boggles my mind. But anyway, yeah, I found all the bombs, and then he goes into, oh, well, there's other ones too, and he's upped his game and blah blah blah, and the whole time he's talking about like, and again, this was shocking to me that Raiden was surprised by all this, because he tells you when you find the first bomb, he's like, this isn't like him, this isn't its MO or whatever, and he's like, what, really? And then you go and find the third bomb or the fifth bomb or whatever, and he says it again. Raiden's like, what, really? It's like, he just told you that. What do you mean, really? Like, do you not believe the guy? And,
because he's not putting them in places that would actually
where they would cause structural damage. Yeah,
yeah, he's just putting them in fucking random spots.
Yeah, because I think it's the fifth or the sixth bomb. I don't remember which one. But he's like, oh yeah, this is amateur's work. And he's like, what? Are you sure? Yeah, I think he would know. He trained the guy. Like, why wouldn't he know? He's not going to mislead you.
Raiden's like a little kid, dude, where like you explain something to him, and he's like, really?
Yeah,
motherfucker. Like, what, do you think I don't know more than you? God damn it.
By the way, I was gonna say they try to paint this relationship between Fat Man and Stillman as like something I should care about, and I could care less.
No, I was the same way. It's so cliche at this point that we're like the whole, the master trains someone and he turned out to be evil, and now I need to, make up for it, and like it didn't make any sense to me. Like the whole thing
sequel
with
trilogy.
Yeah. The whole thing with like the whole like the bomb at the church and everything. Oh, too many people died and I had to make up for that. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I get that part more than like he built an atom bomb as a kid and I took him.
Oh, that part is ridiculous.
The 10-year-old,
I didn't teach him the most important lesson of all, which was, I don't know, I forgot what it was, honestly, because I didn't care.
Don't kill people? Was that?
Yeah, it's humility. I don't know, fucking know. Only use bombs for good. I don't know.
Only blow up terrorists.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. But hold on, we're passing another section. What about Mrs. Olga, Mrs. Grulukovich?
Oh yeah, I was surprised to see her again.
Yeah.
Where?
Up.
She's up on the helipad.
Yeah.
Wait, does that happen already? No.
Yeah. No, it happens during the bomb disposal.
Oh, during the first part?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You come up on.
She can do cartwools too, right? Did she just like fucking disappear or some shit?
She just jumps off the edge of the water and disappears.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Like a backflip or something. Yeah.
She does a Batman and just
yeah. So
hiding behind a trash can somewhere.
So she reports that she saw a man wearing a ninja suit, doesn't she? Something like that.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyways, you got Mrs. Olga there.
Kriss is not impressed. He's like, okay,
Chris.
yeah.
Okay,
it was just another cutscene in the sea of cutscenes.
Over. Oh goddamn, Kriss! I'm sorry to say that. Then, anyways, Kriss, if you remember, she was pregnant with child 2 years ago.
Oh, that's right.
I don't remember that, but okay.
That's why Grulukovich wanted her to leave. He said, "Do I need to remind you that you are carrying my grandchild?"
Yeah.
And then she like touches her tummy because that's what all women do when they're pregnant. They touch their tummies with a gun in her hand. By the way, she touches.
Yeah. What can possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, so obviously 2 years.
What did all those tranks do to that baby?
That's what. Yeah, I did question that. I won't lie. First playthrough, I was thinking like, is this baby born or not, Kriss?
The real spoiler is that baby is Raiden.
Jesus.
Oh, he's 2 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
This makes more sense.
That's what the tranks did. They fucking fucked him up. They gave him
they sped up his
growth hormone.
The Jack. That's why his name is Jack, dude. You watch the movie Jack with Robin Williams?
Dude,
he's aging hella fast.
Yeah.
Oh hell no. Yeah, we solved another mystery. There you go. That's
oh my gosh.
And he looks like her too. He's blonde.
And he looks like her too.
Anyways, so yeah, Miss Olga there. You keep going.
He's shocked by everything like a 2-year-old.
Mom?
I know. Everything does kind of fascinate him, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just gets to the point where it's like, really, everything, like, it's not that big a deal. It really isn't.
Yeah, it's like he's on mushrooms. Like everything is like new to him again. He's like, whoa.
You know what? He did tell Snake that he did a shitload of VR missions, and Snake tells him like, yeah, but he's like,
It's not the same as real life.
You
He's
get
like, yeah, it is.
detached
It's
from
good.
real
It's
life.
good. It's better.
Yeah,
And he's got like that. Oh no! I'm thinking of Metal Gear Solid 1 when he tells Meryl about the combat high.
No. So maybe that's why everything does seem new, because he's just spent the last possibly maybe
He's like everything's like in 3D.
2 years like in the fucking some pod somewhere, you know.
Oh my god, he's just like in a capsule, VR training,
just doing VRs nonstop.
Because they never do show like what is this VR
No.
machine,
No.
right? Like, is
No.
it like the Anubis from? Is that what it's called in Assassin's Creed?
I've never played
I have.
Or is
no
it
idea.
Anubis? Is that what they call it?
I've never played again, so I don't know.
Abacus.
Abacus? The counting thing?
Yeah, for accountants.
By the way, I think abacuses are pretty fucking dope.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
dude, I used to love playing with those things. I never used them to count, but I love playing with them.
I love playing with them, and then I found out you used to use them to count, and I was like,
Right?
Why do I picture noise as a child just sliding them back and forth? Wee!
Yeah.
No, I thought they were so cool, and all my friends were kind of give me shit for it, and I was like, dude, you can fucking use this as a count. You can count and add on. These are so cool.
You can multiply on them too.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Can you? Okay, I've never tried, but yeah.
Well, because there's like 3 or 4 different levels, and they're different colors, and each one represents ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 row times 2nd row times 3rd row times 4th row. However many rows.
Yeah.
German was really lost on that thing.
German's treating this like I am the cutscenes. It's like, move on already.
But like I said, I
German is pressing X. Hello.
I will admit, I've been skipping a lot of these cutscenes. Not all of them, but there are some that are like, yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So you meet Mrs. Olga, and then we finish up. So now let's I guess finish up this section, because I think there's nothing much more to talk about other than.
Well, you get sent down to the bottom of strut.
Oh yeah.
Because there's
that one.
Yeah,
that
there's
took
the
me a little
beeping
while,
bomb.
but not as long as I thought it would.
Yeah,
I
and
did
then on
the
the way...
first time, and it blew up, and I was like, "Oh crap! Okay, let's try again."
Oh yeah, that one has a timer too.
Yeah. Well, I think this was the first one. Was first one with a timer, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the first time I had done this. That's when I went all those side things and was reading chat and stuff, and man,
yeah, because they give you
does this
400
one
seconds
on a timer. Yeah, and then I went down to go find that, and I got to that area where you go in, and it has that water there, and I was like, it's got to be underwater. It's got to be underwater, because it was beeping, and I would dive down, it would beep slower. I was like, okay, so I'd go back to surface, it would speed up again. It's like, where is this thing? Where is it? And it blew up, and I was like, all right, fine, whatever. It's got to be somewhere, right? And so I went right back to the water again, and I had noticed like, oh, you can't pull out your stuff here, so it's not underwater. Hey Jay had pointed that out too in stream, like, oh, I'm glad you noticed that, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And so I got up and I was like, wait a minute, and I walked around that platform to the other side, and I noticed it was beeping even faster there, and I was like, it's got to be around here somewhere. It's got to be. So I'm going to first person mode, and I'm looking all around, and it's not there. And I noticed that submarine thing hanging there, and I was like, oh, is it here? And so I looked at the back of it, like I walked to the other side back to where the propeller, and it was beeping slower. It's like, okay, it's not there. So I looked on top of it, it's not there. And I was like, it's got to be under it, right? And I had crouched down, and I looked up there, and I saw it. I was like, yep, there it is, you bastard. So I got it. Second try.
I want to say that you can see that one before it's ever activated. You just can't do anything to it.
At the beginning of the game, yeah.
Yeah, you
okay.
Even when you're hunting the other ones, you can call Stillman. Like, there's just no interaction with it. You know, there's just nothing you can do to it, which kind of sucks.
You haven't got that flag yet, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
but
you can shoot it though, right?
I don't know. Good question on that. I should retry that part.
Because I mean, you don't have a gun that could blow it up until you meet Pliskin.
Yeah. Oh no, good question. But so I was gonna say, I always did think that was probably the worst part. I guess is the fact that Snake literally sets it off. Like, he literally says, "Wait." And he fucking does it, you know, and then it triggers the other ones to activate. and I always
Oh yeah.
I always felt, because that's me. That's fucking me. Like at work or anything, I'll be like, I'll call the boss and I'm like, hey man, like I got this thing. Like, what do I do here? Whatever. I'm like, oh okay, yeah. So you see that go into scope, and you see that arrow up there? I'm like, yeah. And I click it. He goes, don't click on that. I'm like, oh shit, I already did.
But to be fair, I hate when people draw your attention to something and they say, ignore that or don't do it. Then why did you bring my attention to it?
Yeah.
It's one thing to say, don't click the arrow that you might see or whatever,
True.
but like, do you see that arrow? Yes. Do not click it. Then why did you draw my attention to it?
Yes.
Why?
You're right. That is on them.
My ADD brain does not work that way,
Yeah, me too. No, because I do that all the fucking. Like I said, we were playing. We were playing. What was the new game? Baldur's Gate. And I'm like, what? I'm like, can I do this? Like, oh, I'm making this up here, but I'm like, more or less, I'm like, oh, can I go into this section here? And he goes, you can. And I immediately do it. He goes, but then everyone won't be after your ass. I'm like, oh, fucking, I already did, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, lead with that part. Like, if you do, people will go after you. He's like, yeah, you can. And as soon as he says that, I fucking break into the section. And he goes, but then everyone's going to come after you because they think you broke in. Like, you fucking asshole. Tell me that before I do it. Anyways, freaking, yeah, so the big bomb.
By the way, it's in a different position on Extreme.
Is it?
It's not under the sub.
Where is it? I know I've done it extreme. Where is it?
Is it on top of it?
No, it's actually somewhere even dumber. It's on the west wall.
Oh,
where those bugs are.
Yeah.
It's just there for no, like,
that's
harder.
so easy to see.
Exactly, but it's because since you've already played the other difficulties.
Oh, you're expecting it. Okay.
You wouldn't expect it to be there, so you're just like, what the fuck is this, like, right there? Oh wait, is it the west wall or the south wall? It's on a wall for sure. But
okay.
I remember that in Extreme. I was like, dude, it's not fucking here. Where the fuck is it? And of course, I didn't have the thing equipped because I'm like, I know exactly where it is. I don't need the sound to tell me.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when you're trying to get as close as possible to that sub, I would always freaking jump, like dive back into the water.
I'll fall in
over and over. I'm like, God damn it! Like I just need to take out this fucking bomb right here.
Shockingly, I did not have that problem.
What I was gonna say, you know what's funny? What always pissed me off too, though, was that this one's supposed to be a bigger bomb, and it's the exact same size as the other one.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not bigger in any way, shape, or form. I mean, if he was to
unless
say,
it's
like,
more potent somehow, yeah.
Yeah, it's a new fucking C4 he created. That's C7,
C5,
yeah, C8,
C5, yeah.
I don't know,
C4.1.
Yeah, exactly. At least. But it's the same fucking size. I was always thinking like, oh man, it's gonna be a big old massive bomb that I'm gonna have to freeze and maybe multiple little sections, triggers or something. No, just the same size. You hold it down for the same amount of time and it freezes.
Oh, and wait, did we already mention that Stillman dies right before this?
Yep. No, we didn't mention.
We did mention it, but yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just as you're getting to this bomb, like,
it goes out in a blaze of glory.
He tells you,
he's like, he's got my number.
Yep. Which is weird though. So the timer was off on them. Like,
well, it had like the proximity alarm or whatever it was.
He
set it off. He's like, oh, I got too close, and be sure to stay back, even though it doesn't matter.
That's right, he does tell. Yeah, which is what you did with all the bombs. Yeah, I guess so. I guess Stillman wasn't trying to freeze it. He was actually trying to neutralize it. I don't know.
No, he was trying to freeze it, but he had set off the proximity alarm or something. He's like, oh, it's too late.
Noob.
Yeah, right.
It's a noob move.
But yeah, Mr. Stillman gets blasted, or maybe, or does he, Chris? Does he die?
I mean,
everyone is sus.
Yes, yeah. I just thought it was interesting, and again, one of those cliches are like, oh, he's learned stuff. You said it's been like 20 years since you taught him. Why wouldn't he learn stuff?
No shit.
If he does this, even if it's not professionally, like he does it to kill people, of course he's going to learn new techniques because you taught him everything he knows, and he's going to know that. Like, why wouldn't he learn something new? Again, one of those things like, why are you surprised? Aren't you constantly learning new techniques, or do you just go with what you know and that's it?
Well, yeah. I mean, Stillman, I think maybe that was his flaw. There was that he was retired and he just, I don't know, just thought, like you said, I've already learned everything, so there's no point in thinking that there's more shit to be learned. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
time stood still for him.
I guess, yeah, he was left in dust. But then, so then after that, you come out, and you see Mrs. Fortune,
Lady Luck.
By the way, second favorite character. I like her a lot too. I thought she had a cool design. She comes down out of the elevator.
I can't get over the leotard. I feel like she should be wearing something else.
I wouldn't say she's my least favorite so far. I don't like her character. at least what I've seen so far, she's too whiny for me. And I get that, like, I want to die, like my dad died and I want to join him, blah, blah, blah. But like, kill yourself.
Her husband died too.
Can you not do that? Right. And that sucks. I get that. Like I do. But other people have gone through that. And like, as far as I know, they don't mope around like that. Like, oh, please kill me. My life's not worth living, blah, blah, blah. It's like, have you tried?
Chris, you did bring up the point. Like, can't you kill herself? Maybe she can. Maybe she's tried pulling the trigger and bullets just whiz around her.
And I get that because, and I am not by any means suggesting suicide. Yeah, I'm not condoning it. I know of a specific person, I will not mention them by name, who has attempted suicide several times, and it's never worked. But this person, I know, it's a thing that they struggle with. It's not just a one-time thing. It's a constant thing that they go through.
Yeah. But
at the same time, this person doesn't go around saying like, I wish I was dead. I wish someone would kill me, blah, blah, blah. So it's contradicting to me. But I get, if you're writing a character, you don't have hours and hours and hours and days to build up this character's
mental state,
personality and everything. Yeah, mental state. So you have to kind of show it. So
that's what I was going to say. I agree with you.
Well, you have to tell it instead of showing it.
You're right. Yeah, that's true.
I agree with you in that concept where you said, like, in characters, in movies, in video games, and animes, a lot of those whiny characters, I'm like, dude, just fucking kill yourself, bro. Again, in these fake mediums,
Yeah, Cloud Strife, just kill yourself, Cloud.
Because they can't get annoyed. I'm like, dude, just do it. Like, you're like, just fucking do it, bro. Just fucking do it. Again, and only in the character sense. So I get what you're saying there. So anyways, while on subject, I was so disappointed with this fortune fight because it's not a fight.
And because you're not Snake doing it as it showed in the trailer.
Yo, no shit. Yeah. You're not Snake.
Well, and I thought it was actually a fight. So I was trying to kill her.
I'm sure I did it.
Failing miserably.
We all did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were not alone.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I pulled out the gun, tried shooting her. Okay, that's not going to work. So then I was like, oh, maybe the M9. Because my rationale for that, and I know people are giving me a hard time in chat, like, the guns aren't using, why are you using that? My rationale was, these are darts, not bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Bullets are made of lead. Maybe she has some sort of magnetic, whether it's a curse or whatever, I don't know, but some sort of magnetic field or something that deflects the bullets. So it's like, if I use the darts, maybe that'll work. Darts didn't work.
Hey, that's good logic. Because, like, why would you, like, let's say a boss, why would you want to put a boss to sleep when you have a gun, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're, like, if you're first time playing this and you're not really into, like, oh, I want to beat this on, big boss ranking.
On passive, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to kill her, So that's good logic there on your end, yeah.
And then I tried chaff grenades. That didn't do anything. I tried stun grenades.
Yep.
A dud.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, I didn't have any regular grenades, so I couldn't use those. And I was like, what do I do? So I'm just, like, running around. And then Heijay, again, being the saint that he is, was like, you have to wait. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't think he just spoiled it or something.
Yeah,
but he's like, oh, what about the elevator? I was like, oh, yeah, it's coming down. And so I was like, do I have to just wait for that? And so I waited. And there's a scene, because during her little cut scene, like, it shows the elevator go back up. And then it starts a little fight or whatever. And then there's that that tiny cut scene where it shows the light switch, where it goes from, like, up to down or whatever, showing that the elevator is coming down. Well, I thought, oh, the elevator's here. I can go to it now. But there's an invisible wall there. You cannot go past it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, maybe I can, because she's shooting you and stuff, So it's like, oh, I can just cartwheel past her. It's a dodge, So I'll use that. And so I'm just cartwheeling in place here and getting shot. And I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? And Heijay, I don't know if he was livid or laughing, but he's telling me today he was rolling around during that scene. He's like, you just went too soon. It wasn't there yet. You just went too soon. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You know the biggest clue that you're not supposed to do anything and that you cannot defeat her? Her health bar.
Oh yeah, that's tiny.
It's tiny as shit.
I figured it was that because she has this force field, and you have to get past that first, and then she's one shot or something. That's my rationale. Was that you had to find out how to get rid of this force field she has, and then you shoot her like once or twice, and she's dead.
Yeah, I mean, there's like no logical way to put that together, but that's the biggest clue is
Yeah.
Well, especially because every time she shoots, it shakes the screen. It's very intimidating to be in this
Oh,
little
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
No, I just literally pulled it up. I'd never in 25 years noticed her health bar is like
It's
one
so
shot
small.
away.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could just shoot her once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so Mr. Vamp comes down, and I thought this part was pretty cool personally. Because again, I was disappointed. It's not a real boss fight. But I was still really impressed with the way the story was progressing for me. And then Vamp talks and blah 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 blah. And bullets evade her and fucking hit him in the head, right?
Quite. Well, one in the head, one in the torso.
Okay.
Oh, does he take one on torso? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but yeah. Yeah. I thought that was so cool. But that, again, at the first, this is my timeline that we're talking about now, where I was also like, oh shit, like, so I'm not gonna get to fight this vampire dude. I'm like, I was sad. It's like, dude, I kind of wanted to fight this guy. I was super sad. And then she's crying there, and you fucking leave, and then he just breathes again. He's like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, his
that line.
ice breath. I kind of like that too.
And he's
yeah.
all like, I can't. He's like, I've already died once. I can't die twice. Like, dude, this guy's gonna be so fucking dope.
I remember.
By the way, when did he die before?
Yeah, no shit.
When he became a vampire.
I don't know.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
You have to die to become a vampire. So yeah, that's when he died.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I always thought that scene was super cool because again, like I said, I thought it was pretty cool looking. I was again, the fact that you couldn't hurt her at all. I was like, dude, so how am I gonna beat this bitch? And then Vamp comes back to life, and I was like, dude, this got some good boss battles coming up, So yeah, so that whole scene happens there. What happens after that? I'm trying to think here. Is that you go immediately to Mr. Fat Boy?
Yeah, because I think you get another Codec call, surprise, that there's another bomb again with another timer on the helipad. And it's just like sitting there, like in the middle of the helipad.
Yeah, right next to the other one you had just deactivated.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was the one under that airplane.
Yeah,
and then this one's just on the ground right next to it, yeah. Because I remember thinking when I saw it, and I was like, I just deactivated this one. Why is it back? And then I saw it was like different. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you get this cutscene with
Batman on rollerblades.
Batman on rollerblades drinking wine. Like, what a fucking weird...
With a straw. I thought that was the
yeah.
weirdest thing ever. Like, who drinks from a wine glass with a straw? What are you, 5? Maybe he is. I mean, Raiden is 2, so...
Yeah.
I remember... And I still hate this boss. I don't hate him as much anymore. But he is the most... how can I say this? Like, I feel he doesn't fit in. Like, for me,
yes.
I feel he's just...
I agree.
He doesn't fit in. He's part of this badass organization called Dead Cell. And is he always in rollerblades? Or is he just this one time? Get what I'm saying? Like, they never say...
Yeah.
Is that what he always does? He always... comes in rollerblades and he's always drinking wine out of it with straw. Is that his MO? I don't know. Or is that
that's how he rides the bus?
Or is that is that what someone was talking about? He saw the rollerblades. He's like, damn, he's changed his MO.
Yeah.
He used to drink it out
he's
of a
lost
sippy
his
cup.
Fucking mind.
Now he's drinking it out of a glass like a big boy.
Well, there was one part during his fight, and one of the guys in my stream, X, had commented like, "Oh, I didn't know that he could taunt you because I was probably just taking so long to kill him."
Oh yeah,
he literally came up to me at one point and like just stood there and was like, "Is this the best you could do, or are you gonna do anything about this?" Just literally just sat there and made fun of me. I was like, "What?" I took that a little personally.
Well, by the way, you should, because you immediately forgot about the fucking bombs he was planting.
Yeah,
dude,
you were just like looking for dude. He was like just straight looking for Fat Man.
Well, the bombs and he's planting bombs.
And I think like he almost had like 30 seconds, maybe 40 to 30 seconds left. And he's like, wait, why is there a timer?
Yeah,
and it's just like, dude.
Oh man,
it's one of the things I hadn't even noticed, and then I was looking for it and it blew up. And okay, try again.
Yeah.
I know for sure my first playthrough, I probably died to him a few times because I couldn't get to the bombs, fast enough.
I was always so slow, too.
But yeah, but after maybe one or two playthroughs, I was like, he's fucking easy.
I did appreciate that every time he planted bombs, at least in my playthrough, I don't know if it's different on higher difficulties, each round, like every time, not every time he placed bombs, it was the same, but like every round, every time he restarted, it was the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it easier for me. It's like, I know where they're going to be.
But
they're definitely not in the same place.
In harder modes?
In harder ones, yeah.
Okay.
Because he'll put them like under those containers. He'll hide them in in the south part, there's like these things covered in tarps and whatever, like shelves. They'll put them in there.
Like with Olga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same tarp, same thing.
Yeah, he'll fucking hella put like all over the fucking place.
By the way, I was gonna say, what kind of gun does he have? Is it like a machine gun or is it?
I think it's an Uzi.
Yeah, that's
Uzi?
what I was thinking too, because it sprays, but it sprays wide. Like there were several times he would shoot almost directly at me and just miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Uzi
And I almost felt bad
9mm.
for him because like, geez, this is how I play. Which is exactly what I did too. I would shoot up and miss.
But yeah, Kriss defeated him. Dude,
That last shot, the miracle
you have
shot.
to look back. Yeah, you have to look back. He shot him from so fucking far away.
Really?
Like he shot him down, and he was like at the southern edge of the helipad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, he's not gonna get to him in time to fucking shoot him. And because he was like seconds away from like losing and like from exploding or whatever. And Kriss like, I don't know how he did it, but he fucking what did we say in chat? Like you curved the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you curved the bullet and it fucking shot him in the head. And that was the last shot. And I was like,
Yep.
whoa. Like
And he went down, and I had like one ammo left or something.
yeah, oh yeah, that's what it was. You had one bullet left.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell? But yeah, anyways, we got the cutscene, and then he says there's one last bomb,
Yeah.
and I feel like everyone in chat was just fucking like, you know that the raccoon meme where he's just like rubbing his hands together.
Yeah.
Like we're all just like, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see
Well,
how long
I
it's gonna take.
remember, I think it was Hey Jay. It might have been someone else. I'm sorry, Hey Jay, if I keep blaming this on you. I remember someone in chat had said, I wonder how long it's going to take him or how many tries it's going to take him to get this. And then someone else had asked, like, wait, if he loses here, does he have to start all over?
Yes,
Like
I
the
think
entire
that
fight?
was
And someone's like, crap, I think so.
Uh-huh.
I was about to say it was he who shall not be named, but no, it was shit. Who asked that? Anyways, yeah, someone asked that, and I was like, "Yep, he'll
Yeah.
have to
I don't
restart."
remember. Now, okay. So tell me, did you find it pretty quickly?
It didn't take
did?
long, yeah.
He found it hella fast because he heard it.
I sprayed his crotch.
Yeah, because he was hearing the sound, and he's like, it's gotta be, he kept like just spraying Fat Man over and over and over.
Well, I figured if it was like under his trench coat or something,
Mm.
like maybe that's how you get it because you can't see it, but it's there, and so it'll affect it or something. Or not his trench coat, sorry, his bomb blast suit.
His bomb blast, yeah.
Yeah.
I found it first try instantly, pretty quickly, pretty anticlimactic. You know what? Now that I was thinking, hindsight, what it would have been cooler if like instead of he just like what do you do? Just poop it out or something? Like what if it was inside of him? That would have been kind of better. Fat Man. Put a bomb inside of his own cavity.
Oh, if maybe you had to like throw him over the edge or something.
Oh shit, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Give him some
Yeah.
X-Lax.
Yeah, that too.
Because I always thought it was just weird that he's like sitting down or whatever, and he's just like, oh,
He's like, you'll never find it. It's
Yeah, and
under
you just-
you.
I
That's not that
literally-
difficult.
I remember, yeah, because I remember like I was like, oh shit, I was like another fucking bomb, and I think you equip the sensor, and like the whole thing is just
It's
yellow.
just right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and I
on
was
top
like-
of him.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
it's
Yeah.
so obvious. I feel like they shouldn't have given you that clue. I don't think
Yeah.
that it should have had a sound or a visual on the radar. I think you should have just been like, where the fuck could it be? And just
Or like I said, or the whole stage could have been covered in his cologne or whatever.
oh yeah, just kind of
Or everywhere he's been skating. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
So
a
you
good
had to
clue.
check different areas. It's not
Like-
here.
like-
It's not here. It's not here. And then it blows up. And
it's just
Oh,
like
maybe
a-
it's like getting faint. Like wherever he was first is not as strong as like to where he is now.
Yeah.
well, even if it is just like different areas around the map, and most of them are fake, and then the one is real.
yeah.
And it's just like you have to guess or you have to try it and trial
Yeah.
and error stuff or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been much more interesting because, like I said, I literally, I knew, I instantly was like, he's on it, and
Yeah.
I picked him up, and I was like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. If
And
I can figure out immediately that it's in this area, you're probably not making it hard enough.
Yeah, I think I knew pretty early too. Like I honestly can't remember, but it doesn't seem like something that was
No.
not obvious.
No, I don't think it was not obvious. I don't see how anyone would have missed it. Now, missing him planting bombs, I know I died to that. Probably
Oh,
the
yeah.
first time because I didn't think
He'll
I had my
put them on
sensor
top,
equipped.
on the sides, on the bottom. Like
Mm-hmm.
Well, because again, I went in and I fucking put my rations on. I didn't fucking know there was bombs going on for a minute, because you're just trying to fight this guy. And like
Yeah.
I said, I was like, oh shit. Then I look at, there's a timer with bombs, like X number of bombs. Like, oh, well, I'm dead.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's exactly
trick-
what happened to me.
The trick is not to let him fucking plant any.
Yeah.
Because
Later on.
I think guaranteed he'll plant 2 if you can't get to him quick enough. Like he'll
what?
plant
More?
what?
No, I missed what you said. Sorry, he'll what?
Oh, I said if like right at the beginning, I think guaranteed he will plant 2 bombs.
Oh, uh-huh.
Like because you can't, like you're not near him quick enough to stop him.
Mm.
But after those first two, like if you're on top of him, he'll never plant another.
Yeah, I believe you can.
I kind of
Yeah.
figured that.
Yeah, basically, like what you can do, like even in a passive run, just blast him with the SOCOM, knock him down, and if you want, switch over to the trank, and you can get 2 shots off on his head, and then rinse repeat. Like, just do not let him fucking, you know.
That was another thing that had thrown me off was I was fighting him and I shot him in the head with the SOCOM, and Noise is like something like, "Oh, I guess we're doing the lethal playthrough
yeah, I
or
guess
something." And I was
we're
like,
doing
"Wait, what? Do I not have to shoot him?" Like, and then you'd said like a little while later, "Yeah, you could use the trank." So I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense."
I think you mentioned it in Olga's fight, Noise. Didn't you say like, Kriss, no, there's 2 life bars or something like that?
Well, he can't kill Olga. He doesn't.
No,
have
no,
the USB at that point.
but you did mention that there was 2.
Oh yeah, that there's
And, yeah. So yeah,
The
you
blue
can,
and the gray, yeah.
even bosses can be technically quote unquote passively.
Which I think that's an awesome thing to put in games. I like that. I really do appreciate because it gives you the choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So by the way, did you notice that the Harrier's gone? Right, no, Kriss?
I did not.
You did not know it is? Yeah, it's gone, bro.
Interesting. Okay.
Remember,
Wow.
he was skating all over that place. He was
Right.
Hey, man,
There's nothing in the way.
there's
Oh,
nothing in the way.
yeah.
Yeah, the Harrier's gone.
That's one of those things I probably noticed, but it never clicked.
Never
like I
clicked
didn't.
officially.
Oh, it's gone now. Yeah.
I did notice it my first playthrough. I remember going like, oh, because well, first and foremost, the bomb was underneath it the first time.
yeah.
And it was a pretty detailed model, if you will. And I thought that it was like pretty cool. You know, I was like, dude, this Harrier. And I remember thinking like, I'm gonna fight this thing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fight it. By the way,
Hind F.
by the way, I forgot his because like I said, I'm kind of just watching this in the background while we're playing. I forgot that he says his catchphrase, I guess, is laugh and grow fat.
Yeah.
Again, is that his catchphrase? He says it to you.
He says it a couple times, and then he says
Does
it
he
when
say
he's
it?
dying. Yeah.
He says it at the beginning and then at the end.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
All right, so yeah, this is where we stopped.
Now, did you stop immediately here, Kriss, or did you venture a little bit more?
There was the cut scene and then the codec call and everything like that afterwards, and then like immediately I just stopped.
Okay.
What was
okay.
the
So-
codec call after that? I don't remember.
I think that was the one where Rose was asking for permission to look at the body or whatever. I could be wrong.
I don't know
To
about
look
Rose.
at the body.
Oh, you're right. Jack or someone. I don't
No.
remember.
Whose body?
Because
Batman?
because you saved.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay,
saved
yeah,
into the
yeah, yeah.
conversation
Okay,
between
okay.
Jack and Rose. Yeah.
No, so the colonel tells you that that you got to go press with the president.
Oh,
And,
right. And then he's like, "Yeah, what about the people?" He's like, "Forget the people. The president's
yeah.
more important." And it's like, "Yeah, okay, cool."
I guess. Yeah.
Which in terms of like priority, I could see that, but also like, why can't I do both?
Yeah. Actually, also, I don't know if I mentioned this, Kriss, last time, or if you saw it on my stream of the tanker mission. During any codec call, when the other person is talking, you can push R1 or L2, and it'll tell you. Technically, isn't it supposed to be like what they're thinking? Noise. What your
yeah,
character's thinking.
the triggers, yeah, are so I think L2 is like negative things and R2 is positive things.
No, I think it's not negative positive. I think it's R1. We'll test this. R1 is more subtle. Like he'll be like
Oh,
yeah,
like he's
sure.
like, yeah,
yeah.
uh-huh.
And R2 is the more like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
So push those around. Those are fun to
Okay.
move around while you're listening to these codec calls.
Is that kind of like the with MGS1 when was it Gray Fox is up with Metal Gear
Yeah,
Rex?
yeah. No, I can't do
I
it.
can't
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I can't
It's
do
no
it.
good.
No, yeah.
And so they do change depending on what they're talking about and what he's feeling.
Okay.
Like if he's like, let's say if it's a heartfelt conversation he's having for whatever reasons, he
Yeah,
will
he'll
be
be
like, oh, that's nice. I don't remember what Bryden says.
Yeah, he'll say
honestly.
like nice things about Rose and
yeah.
shit.
But like for Snake, I remember Snake went a lot whenever it was like bad news. Like, Snake, I got bad news. Like, you gotta be joking me, you know? He's
Yeah.
pissed off, you know? Or like he'll be like, Snake, I'm afraid you're gonna have to do this. And he's like, "Arr," just grunt and
Yeah.
shit, you know? So it's kind of cool to play with that. Those little
And if you click in the
yeah.
sticks,
The sticks.
you'll zoom in.
Yep.
And you can actually, while you have them clicked in, you can actually no, even before that, you can move the left stick and right stick, and you'll pan them around in the codec screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always like to zoom in, click both of them, and then bring them in towards the center and make them like a two-face. I always do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah. So okay. So you stopped there. So that's
Yep.
good. All right. So we're
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll just go over a couple of story things that we missed because we pretty much went through the whole story.
Mhm.
They explain that the big shell exists because the tanker was actually filled with oil, and
Yeah.
so the big shell was there to stop this oil spill. And had to get it for like 2 years, which is crazy. Doesn't take that long to.
No, it doesn't.
Even when BP does it back in the old days. Hey BP, hey, you fucking idiots.
It wasn't our fault.
Bro, have you guys seen that movie
Uh-uh.
about that? Oh my god, Jesse and I watched it. I forget what it's called, but I mean it's obviously like over the top dramatic and probably didn't exactly happen this way, but just kind of seeing how ocean drill, I forget what they're called, but ocean drills, work
Ocean
and
rigs,
everything,
yeah.
and rigs, oil rigs in the ocean, how they work and everything, and how dangerous it is, and it's like fuck, like, but yeah, it's all about that spill that happened with BP and stuff, and
Yeah.
who dropped the ball, and it was always, it was about money, always. They're just like, no, it's totally fine, just keep going, and nope, it wasn't. Anyways, so yeah, so you're sent in because of the dead cell, who is like the the Kmart Foxhound,
Yeah.
or more the Ross, shit, I already forgot their names from Ghost Babel.
Oh,
Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these guys are even more. These guys are clearance. Black Cauldron.
Kmart Blue Light Special.
Yeah. So it's and I guess there used to be more because they talk about how like the unit was devastated and there's only 3 left now, which is Fat Man, Vamp, and Fortune. And quick little trivia: one of the guys that was a member of Dead Cell, his name was going to be Chinaman.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know why they got him out. Anyways,
I can't imagine.
it was actually just because it was too much, not because his name. It wasn't Chinaman. It was Chinaman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just said it that way because it's
and wasn't he supposed to have water powers or something like that?
something crazy. Yeah,
Something weird like that.
Which I think they gave to Vamp.
Repurposed, yeah, later on.
Yeah, they repurposed the boss fight to Vamp, I guess.
I gasp.
Well, we know he's alive.
Well, yeah, but
No, but I didn't know what his powers was.
I didn't say anything about
No,
powers.
no,
What are you
no,
talking
I
about?
know.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
You're drawing too much attention to it now, Dermot.
I no.
Don't look at this. See this?
Don't-
See this? See this? See this?
I haven't
This
said
button here?
anything.
Yes.
I just
Don't push it.
shush.
Too late.
So yeah, and then you find out you're not Snake, you're Raiden. We went over that. And that coincidentally your girlfriend is on this mission with you as the data analyst, and
being fucking annoying.
Which I don't
yes.
like. I don't understand how she's qualified.
No shit.
They don't really go into that. They just say that she's a data analyst. Okay, but she could work for some Joe Schmo company. It doesn't mean she can go on
No
covert
shit.
missions. Like,
Well, she
she
says
can't even.
she says that she asked to be on the mission,
does.
Yeah.
so that she could watch closely over him, which is a fucking like what's that word?
Red
called?
flag. It's a red
Not
flag.
just a red,
Yeah.
not just a red flag, but what is it? Conflict of interest.
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. I think in any real world scenario, this would not have been loud. Like a
Yeah.
fucking
No,
Well, and the
absolutely
fact
not.
that she keeps calling you Jack,
Yes.
even though she's told like 3 or 4 times, "Stop calling him Jack. He's Raiden." Sorry, yes, sir. And
Not
then
only
the next
that,
call, Jack, what's going on?
Not only
No.
that, but the fact that she keeps calling you to ask you if you fucking know what tomorrow is
Yeah.
or whatever. And she
What
goes,
does it
"Jack,
matter?"
Do you remember when we first met? Jack, do you remember the first time we went to, like, bitch, I'm trying to save the goddamn president here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn Rose.
But yeah, someone already clearly cut into the whatever. We all know it's obviously fucking Snake. We could see his sneaking suit. We saw his mullet. His fucking face looks exactly like him. It's voiced by David Hayter.
It could be a clone.
All right, so it's what's another form of Snake? Mullet Snake.
Yeah.
So this is Mullet Snake.
Hidden snake, crouching snake.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it could be coming out of some big old freaking assembly line, like the Terminators, or like
I mean, they did kind of show that in what was it?
that little the VR flashback thing.
Yeah, the little VR.
Yeah,
There was like
yeah,
a bunch of
yeah,
solid
yeah.
snakes.
That's
just
why I
kind of.
That's why I
running in
thought about it.
place.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we talked about.
But yeah, I mean,
Fat
that's
Stillman.
One
I don't know
thing
if
I
there's any
wanted
more stories
to-
that we missed.
One thing I want to touch on real quick while I'm still thinking about it it first introduced, it might not have been when they first introduced, but it was one of the times that it had the cutscene with Fortune, and she was talking about how her father had died and everything like that. Am I the only one that thought for just a second that she might have been the daughter of Vulcan Raven?
No.
Okay.
I feel like they're way too close in age. I don't think Vulcan Raven's that old.
I don't think he's that old either. No, I didn't think. That didn't cross my mind either.
Fair enough.
I
So
want
do
to
you-
say because, but
Who do you suspect is her dad now that you bring it up?
is it someone we know? Do you think?
Now that you mentioned that, I kind of think the DARPA chief.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, might be calling back to previous game.
Yeah. All right. I did want to throw this out last time. This is my last 2 cents for this. I was gonna say, have you guys ever noticed that Snake is only referred to as a legend? You know, that's all he's ever referred to. The legend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I think in the beginning of this game, or was it? They say, he says, I think Raiden says the legendary mercenary. But Snake was never a mercenary. He was fucking part of Foxhound. Like he was a legit unit, you know.
But not during Shadow Moses. During Shadow Moses, he was a hired gun.
I guess.
But then he had left Foxhound.
He had left it, but
But that was a covert mission, so like.
But he
it
was
sanctioned?
retired, which means
You were
he was
a
a
mercenary.
merc.
You were not.
Yeah.
You're not part of. Yeah, I guess.
Right,
Okay.
but
I guess.
how much knowledge? I guess if he's
They
talking,
didn't
to
give him any
Colonel,
knowledge,
yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
They didn't tell him shit. That was the thing that was pissing him off. It's like, you motherfuckers aren't telling me nothing.
Well, no, I mean like with Raiden, like how would he know about those missions?
Because of Natasha Romanenko.
Oh, yeah, the leaks.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, and then again, he is part of Foxhound now, so maybe there's a database that he can access.
Which, by the way, Pliskin Snake points out to Raiden, like Foxhound was disbanded 2 years ago, or not? No, I don't think he says 2 years ago, but
No, just
Foxhound has been
disbanded.
disbanded because he recognizes the skull suit. He says, "Oh,
Yeah.
are you Foxhound?" And immediately, God damn it, Raiden! Immediately, Raiden says, "Like that's
Yeah.
right."
Yeah, that's right. Because the Colonel asked him, like, "Did you tell him who I was?" Oh, of course.
No, he says, "Did he see your face?"
Yes.
He's like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Face.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's like, this is a covert operation. He's like, well, it's a little too late for that. Like,
Worst
Jesus.
fucking spy ever. No, but the point I was gonna bring up is that because you brought up Black Cauldron, in that game, I forgot to mention it during our review of that game, is that everybody kept referring to what was it, Hidden Arts Viper, whatever his
Black
name
Arts
was?
Viper?
Black Arts Viper. They kept I was getting Big Boss vibes when they were like, oh man, he's a great guy. He took me in when no one else would, and stuff like that. And that was what everyone was saying about Big Boss as well. Everybody has always said Big Boss is a great man. Oh, he's kind and he's really, he cares about you, etc., etc. So I always thought that was funny that Big Boss has always been referred to as this like great
The
man.
hero, yeah.
You know, not just a hero, but like a great man. You know, a kind man, or you know, something like of that.
Normal
status.
heroes are just average.
And Snake is always just referred to as the legendary hero, but no one's ever referred to him as a great man or nothing like that. You know, like in fact, everyone who's probably ever met Snakehead could say he's probably an asshole. Meryl, Holly, everyone's like, "Nah, fuck that guy, man." You know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, he's good. He saved us and he saved the world, but then he ditched me. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean, we covered a lot of the story anyways going through the thing. Kriss.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ghost Babel, remember the ending that we talked about, the super secret ending?
Mm-hmm.
How they referred to you as Jack after the end of the special missions?
Yeah. Huh.
That's it. I'll just let you chew on that.
Okay.
So what do you what do you suspect for the next part? Are we gonna see Snake again? Are you gonna continue as Raiden? Maybe you play as Rose? What do you think?
Oh, God. I hope we don't play as Rose. Oh my gosh.
A sneaking mission.
Find the nearest cliff. No, I'm just kidding. That's,
You gotta
my
find
God.
right.
that was dark. I'm sorry. I took that to a very dark place.
No.
Find the nearest cliff.
A certain listener is going to enjoy that.
I think all our listeners are gonna enjoy that. I don't think
Yeah.
a single fucking listener likes Rose, to be honest. I've never heard good things about Rose.
What do I think? I think it's a good question. I'm honestly not sure. Like, this has gone so many ways at this point. It's like, what do I think? Jeez, it's
Like, is this real? Like, remember at one point Raiden even said like nothing feels real,
yeah.
right? Because he's like losing his shit after he What is it? After he fights Fortune or after he fights Fat Man?
Somewhere.
Like,
I think Batman.
Campbell's
Yeah,
like,
that's
calm the
right,
fuck
yeah.
down, and he's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Like, nothing feels real.
I think it's real just because Snake is there.
Okay.
Sorry, not Snake.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Kurt Russell Crowe.
Kurt. Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's real.
Okay.
However, one thing I will point out is the Colonel does not seem sus to me this time.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a red herring, but he doesn't seem as sus to me as he has in the past.
Okay.
Now, I'll ask you this real quick, too. We haven't touched on this. We mentioned it once or twice, but haven't touched it. The leader of this assault, or whatever you want to call it, is claiming to be Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses?
Who the hell is leading this assault?
So that's why you changed my code name.
Do you think...
I'm thinking Ocelot.
Okay.
I think it's Ocelot.
Oh, yeah.
And he was
I forgot about
taken
Ocelot this whole
over.
time.
I think he was probably taken over by the arm of Liquid Snake, and he's taking control of Ocelot's body somehow, and he's calling himself Solid Snake, whether to instill fear in people or keep himself concealed or what, I don't know, but I kind of think it's Ocelot.
Okay.
Or Liquid Snake, rather, in Ocelot's body.
Okay.
What did I call it? Also Wicked? No.
Liquocelot?
Liquidot?
Liquot.
It sounds like an ass to God. Liquatsalot.
Yeah.
It does.
Liquatsalotl.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the next enemy we're gonna fight is going to be Vamp.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like it's gonna be the next boss, and then I think they're gonna save Fortune for last.
What about Olga? You're gonna get to put her to sleep again, or
the ninja?
She's dead. She
Is he
jumped
still
into the
here?
ocean from like.
She just
she heard
like
Rose
that-
was coming?
Yeah.
like that one fucking guy in Titanic that like falls down and just like clips the
Oh, yeah.
railing. She
Yeah.
just clipped the side of the fucking big shell.
Yeah.
There she goes.
Okay. All right. Cool. But are you enjoying
Yeah.
the game so far?
I am.
Now-
Other than the beginning of that whole thing with the
Mhm.
with the freaking cut scenes and you can't move 5 feet without something happening. Once I got past that, it was a lot more enjoyable. Yeah, and I had actually as well announced on my stream that this game will probably be the last one that I actually stream on Twitch. Just because I'm getting to the point to where I'm my plate's getting pretty full. And I don't want to overload myself, And so I was like,
Yeah.
I have other stuff I'm working on, other things that are coming up in the future. So I can't do it all. So I'm going to give this up, And then my wife, bless her heart, she's far more intelligent than I am. She's like, oh, you can just stream on Discord. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. At that point, anyone who joins is not going to spoil it because they're already part of my core group or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that. So I'll probably do that from now on. And then, Hey Jay, I guess was talking about like how he's excited for me to stream MGS3 because there's a lot less cutscenes, a lot less of that stuff you have to go through. It's like, oh, it's you don't have to worry about 20 or 30 minute cutscenes and then all this stuff and that and this and the other thing is like, oh, cool, okay. So
I wouldn't exactly say that.
Okay.
I think they're more well paced.
Okay.
The formula to the Codec Calls and cutscenes is more aligned to MGS1.
Okay. Yeah, that didn't bother me. MGS1 was fine. Like, I know there was a lot, but it was like they were spread out. It wasn't all, here's 2 hours of stuff all at once, and good luck remembering this, because I have the memory of a freaking gnat.
Because MGS2 is like an RPG with random encounters,
Yeah.
right? You take a couple steps, and it's just like, hey, hold on. I got to do this now. And it's just like, dude, I just want to get to the freaking petrified forest, right? I'm just trying to get over there.
Yeah. That's a Final Fantasy IX reference.
Oh, you caught it. Okay. That's a good Final Fantasy game. God, I wonder how many people I pissed off talking shit about Final Fantasy 7. But I don't care. It's overhyped.
But yeah, so I will. There's a possibility I will stream MGS3 on Twitch. We'll see when the time comes.
If anything, you know what I would, because I stopped streaming the Metal Gear games because I was just like, we're also oversaturating our communities with just nothing but Metal Gear, and they're like, can you guys play something fucking else? If anything, what I would do, which is what I did, is stream something else, because I know you love streaming. So stream something else, and then on your own time,
Play these. Okay.
play these, because these are becoming more like a job.
Yeah.
Streaming something that you need to pay attention to, take notes on or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're juggling chat and hopefully not spoilers and no shit, someone just raided me. And, as a streamer myself, I appreciate all that shit too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But I can skip the cutscenes. I can do all that stuff and I can engage. And, it's almost like a punishment to you if that happens. So, so yeah, I don't know.
Point.
If you still are still loving streaming, stream something else and, unfortunately treat this like a job.
Yeah. No, I don't see it like a job. Like, it doesn't feel that way to me, but I understand where you're coming from too.
Yeah.
You're on a deadline and you have to get it done by this point. So I get that part of it. Yeah. So.
And like always, we could always delay,
Yeah.
I feel like it matters more to the listeners and the fans that you experience it.
Yeah.
Not correctly, but experience it fully. And, and are able to appreciate it rather than, come on, man, get that next episode out,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not a rush thing. It's enjoy it and then get it out when it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my job. Let me worry about the holy fuck, I need to get this episode edited. You don't have to worry about that.
Which I did want to mention. I want to give a huge shout out to Noise because I know I've done this kind of stuff before, not podcasts or anything, but I've done content creation, and there is so much that goes on behind the scenes that you guys don't know. And so I just, not ironically, not making fun of you or anything, I just really want to applaud you. Like, you've done a lot of work. Like, it shows. This is a passion of yours, and it really comes out that way. And I think you're doing an excellent job. And I think everyone should recognize that. And you deserve more than you have been recognized for, I think. Mm-hmm. So, good job.
Well, thank you, dude. Thank you. I am definitely going to cut down all the shit that we've been doing on the sides, because this is the thing that people are actually demanding more of.
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure this gets pretty much all of my attention. We'll still do some things here and there on YouTube and whatnot, but this one right here is the one that I think matters the most right now.
Well, and especially this last week with all your computer issues and stuff, that's not easy on its own, let alone when you have this kind of stuff to worry about and time crunch and everything. And on top of that, you've got your family, and you are everyone I talk to is yeah, he's an excellent father. He's always spending time with his kids. He's always spending time with his wife. He knows his priorities. And this is all extra work. And you, like I said, you put a lot of work into this. I know there's a lot of stuff that even I don't recognize or realize what's going on behind the scenes. And so, yeah, I just wanted to give you that recognition I think you deserve. So,
well, thank you. Yeah, I do want to spend more time with them too. And that's another reason why I'm just you know what, let's just do just a podcast for now.
Yeah.
A couple things here and there on YouTube, just once in a blue moon.
And anyone who says nay to that, can you just go and fuck themselves?
God damn, Chris.
This game is it the game or is it Rose that's brought out the Chris right?
Why don't you just wipe your ass with a copy of Final Fantasy VII also?
All right.
I'm gonna keep throwing them out there. So we have 0 listeners. Just kidding. All right. Well, anyways, guys, if you want to leave us a Codec Call message with anything that maybe we left out, things that you want Chris to know that are obviously not spoilers for him, leave us a message.
Or us. Or if you want to let them know that Snake shot that knife.
Yeah, or hey, if you want to let me know how much of an idiot I am and how bad at games I am, I'm all for it. I can take it, I promise.
And if you want to convince me that Final Fantasy VII is a good RPG, just hit us up at 209-791-0995.
You do that, I refuse to believe I'm the only person that knows Snake shot that knife. Someone else saw it.
Wait, no, that was a Freudian slip. Believes, not knows.
No. See, even he's doubting himself.
No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm just
beliefs can be changed.
I can't believe I'm the only one.
Okay, but which timeline did this happen in?
I was about to say that.
That's right.
Right. We're running late. Next podcast, remind me to tell you about my freaking parallel universe. Okay, I'm definitely in the wrong universe. Okay, I got a story for that one. All right, so
got it.
Yeah,
you got sucked through that. You got sucked through that universe that Homer got sucked through and ended up in the 3rd dimension. You're actually a cartoon from somewhere else. All right, guys. Well, also I wanted to ask, are you guys up for maybe having some guests every once in a while?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if anyone is out there interested. We could probably start with people that we know.
Well, I know someone who would probably be interested in.
No, really.
I'm thinking of the same person.
Ooh. Eric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Erock7,
Erock.
aka Erock_19.
I call him Eric because I'm dyslexic, so I see E and I see a K and it's Eric. You know.
Fair enough.
That's how German reads. He reads the first and last letter of a word
I swear to God.
and assumes what the word is.
Yep.
Yep.
My brain does, but yeah.
Okay, we'll look into maybe reaching out to some guests. We'll talk. Maybe we'll reach out in our Discord communities and be like, hey, any MGS fans out there?
Especially any other first timers too. Anyone else who's never played the series before.
Yeah.
That wants to
come in, absolutely,
and share their thoughts and
Absolutely.
frustrations.
And explain how you're beating this faster than I am.
And
Yeah.
they're done and they're like, Kriss, we're waiting
Yeah.
on you, bro.
Yeah.
Because I want to say it had said something like 10 hours total or something, wasn't it?
Yes, you're at 10 hours right
Yeah.
now.
Jesus.
And that's just that's not including the tanker?
No, that's
Or is that-
including the tanker.
Okay.
With Tinker here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right, guys.
5 and 5.
Well, so that was Metal Gear. No, sorry. What is it? This is
Codec Calls.
Codec Calls and Metal Gear Soccer podcast. Thank you so much for
This is
listening.
our first
you guys.
time.
First episode. As always, I was Noise1, aka Luis.
Hey guys, I'm Contra, aka Riser.
I'm Kriss, aka the world's worst gamer.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
There it is.
There we go. That was way better. Bye.
All right.
Hey y'all, this is Noise coming to you from the future or the past. We kind of forgot to mention when our checkpoint is going to be to stop the gameplay during the initial recording, so I'm here to tell you that we decided to stop after the Vamp fight, which those in the know means it's before we get to Emma, I believe. So if you're playing along, go ahead and stop at the Vamp fight, pretty much. Beat Vamp and call it a day. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Yes, sir. The entire episode is out now. Those 3 are still playing. More content? Yes, sir. Pixel-benders.com is the best place to find it. Yes, you can click the link in the description below. Yes, you can send your questions to info@pixel-benders.com. No, sir. It doesn't cost a thing to give the show a 5-star rating. That's right. Nobody knows you are the one that will keep this podcast alive. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Listener.